Hit the button. Oh. Shoot, I was gonna.
It's very dark in here.
That's better.
Hello, welcome. Here we are live once again to do another date night D-list movie review. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Trying to be spooky. Sorry, hold on.
Spooky scary
season.
Ken, which is perfect for a movie about ghosts. That's right. Tonight we're going to be talking about Ghostbusters, the 2016
Does
reboot?
Buster Heads. Does busting make you feel good? Is the famous
That's true.
phrase.
I need to put it out there up front. I am a buster.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I am not a buster, and I think this movie will fall into either you are a buster or not a buster.
No, I think even if you are a buster,
Look at this back
That's
here.
true. That's
There's
true.
a whole
we
gear.
got our gear from working
We got the
today.
gear. Hold on.
Put it on. Yeah.
Oh, I do have, just in case like a ghost shows up, I do have my gear. We gotta.
Have you guys had that? I don't think I've ever seen that before.
This is Ben's from the 80s, from when
Oh,
he was
no
a small
way.
child.
We've even got the trap. Let me throw it out.
Yeah, you
The
want to throw out the
trap
trap?
was always cool. I do appreciate
Wait.
the trap.
I like how it's half in my screen. I can't back up anymore. Like,
Well, you're the ghost. Yeah. Watch, Emily. What if
look,
we
it
paid?
opens.
That's pretty cool. I'll give you that.
It's pretty good. This is from Ben's Halloween costume when he was like 3 years old.
Those were my toys from when I was
Yeah.
a kid. I dressed
just
as a
used it.
Ghostbuster for Halloween because I had the toys.
You did have the whole suit and everything, though. in
Oh
the
yeah,
picture.
I even had the little
jumpsuit.
rubber fireman boots, the brown jumpsuit.
Nice.
Very good.
I should find that. There's a picture somewhere of me
Yeah, we have a picture, but
looking all. Speaking of which, I can show you exactly what I looked like. Let me present to
Kate
you
McKinnon. Yeah.
the
yeah,
Ghostbusters.
you did look like that.
Oh,
What's her
no,
name?
sorry.
I almost called her Patty LaBelle. Who's the one on the right?
Kristen Wiig? Oh, no, Leslie Jones.
Leslie
But
Jones.
as Patty is why.
Is that why? Okay, that's why I thought of it.
How come her suit has like so many pockets? Nobody else has that many pockets.
Yeah, what's that about?
Oh yeah. Huh.
I believe I'm supposed to read something here. Ghostbusters 2016. Following a ghost invasion of Manhattan, paranormal enthusiasts Erin Gilbert and Abby Yates, nuclear engineer Jillian Holtzmann, and subway worker Patty Tolan
Tolan?
band together to stop the otherworldly threat.
Essentially, they just named the characters in that. They were like, "Do you want to know their names?"
Right. I don't know who writes one sentence movie summaries on IMDb, but they are an expert at their job. At giving you the vaguest idea of what a movie is about. I don't understand how they nail it on the head every single time.
This is.
Don't
should
they?
just said,
I would say
like,
it's about
the old
50-50 in terms of getting it right.
Man, wouldn't that be a great job though? If they're like, just make it
Right?
up, get it on my desk. Oh,
Hello,
hey,
Joe. Welcome to the live broadcast. Good to see you.
What's going on? Sorry,
happening to
I'm
Ben?
very excited to be here.
I got to admit, hey, look, I'm kind of with you, Ken. I haven't had much sleep this week. I'm tired, but I want to talk about this ridiculous movie.
What?
Well, I want to too, and I have done more homework on this movie
Yeah,
than I
went all
have
out.
on any other
My hair is
D
stuck.
list. I watched this. I'm not a buster head like we've already discussed.
we know,
I have
we know.
sort of like vague childhood memories of Ghostbuster 1 and 2. I remember 2
It's
more
impossible
than
to
1.
separate them.
Yeah, it's a continuous stream between 1 and 2. Nice cup. I like that. I remember 2 because I even went and I watched YouTube videos about Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and they're like, oh no, 2 is actually like way more kid friendly. which is probably why I've seen
Yeah, I think I've seen
more
two
of it
more.
more often.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they probably made one as like a movie, and then they saw like, oh my god, kids love the
great.
backpacks
Yeah.
and the stuff,
Right.
and they're,
They're
like,
like,
okay,
Boy.
now we got to make a kid one.
We got to make a 2-hour commercial for
Because
toys.
Yeah,
2 is
pretty
the one
much.
with the scary painting guy and the pink
The
ooze,
pink
and then
ooze
they
in the
make the
bathtub.
Statue of
Still scares
Liberty
me.
come to life.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
my
even
favorite.
remember the statue though, because
Yeah, or she. She's
the
walking
painting
around.
always freaked me out more
The
than
painting was like a nightmare
Right.
as a small
What?
child.
So I watched this one, then I watched 2021.
Which I haven't seen.
I didn't even know that. I don't even know about that.
That's the one where it's like their grandkids, right?
Yes, one of them is the grandkid,
Oh, I thought it was like all
which
of
I
them.
think is a good choice because
Otherwise
we'll get
it's
into
the-
it. But
yeah.
like
Afterlife.
both of these
It has
movies,
Paul Rudd in it, and
It's
then
Paul
like a bunch
Rudd.
of kids.
one of the kids from Stranger Things,
Yeah.
3 other kids,
What?
a mom that I've never seen the woman before, but she's quite good in it, actually. I'll give you the rundown maybe somewhere
Yeah.
in this. But the 2 movies that I saw are like overburdened by, well, we got to make all these 50-year-old virgins happy. And we
Nice.
have to also sell this to a new audience. It has to be a
Ugh.
4-quadrant movie, and it has to do all these things. And it's like the
That's
movie
too
comes
much.
out so bland.
Yeah.
I think I like Afterlife more, but if you can believe it, it fumbles it harder at the end than this one does.
I can't believe that. So now I feel like we
So
have
we'll
to
get
watch
into it.
Oh, get
I
ready
do-
to fall in love with Ghostbusters all over again. That's
Afterlife?
Rosie Knight from IGN.
Oh my
That's what
gosh.
she said. It's on the cover of
love
the Blu-ray.
Up until the end. So spoilers for both of these, obviously. I think if you want to see Ghostbusters 2016, sure, don't listen to this podcast. If you're like, if you want to see like sort of a pretty decent reboot, 2021 is pretty good. Afterlife is okay. I think it's worth your time.
I kind of
Okay.
want to watch it. I kind of want to go
I
watch
want to
it.
see.
Maybe
now.
I won't spoil it then. Okay.
I mean,
Alright.
you can spoil.
Well,
it.
you can spoil it.
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
it'll
We'll
be
see.
still-
We'll see.
I'm still. It's not going to change whether I watch it or not.
That's true.
I do have to admit though. So we're comparing this Ghostbusters to Ghostbusters on a Ghostbusters spectrum. But when we take this movie and
that
we
a
put it
pun?
onto,
Is Spectrum like a ghost pun? Is that a...
I wish
He
I was that
wishes.
I
clever.
think it is, yeah.
When we put Ghostbusters on a D-list spectrum,
No, it's not sad.
this was a pretty enjoyable 2 hours compared.
Was it?
I feel
I
like
don't
a
know.
lot of
I
the
don't
jokes
agree.
weren't landing. There was a lot of eye rolls, and it was a snooze fest. But
It's not
it's
bad.
it's lighthearted enough that I can just like sit down, and I could sit down and just watch
guess.
it.
But I didn't enjoy it.
Yes, yeah.
I would rather watch like a goofy, funny It's So Bad than this.
Trying
I
to
feel like
think
this
of,
was just a
what
waste
would
of
be
my
Well,
time.
goofy, funny, it's so bad, sure, but like I feel like a lot of times we get sucked into.
Oh wait, you know the
Actually
Nicolas
bad.
Cage when he's like the witch one?
Season of
about?
the Witch? Or
Yeah. Would you
How
rather
many
watch
Nick
that
Cage
or
movies
this?
have-
I can't in my head anymore separate Season of the Witch from.
Just Nicolas Cage's real life? Or
No,
That dude.
Seventh
what was
Son?
Seventh Son. I
Okay.
can't kid.
They're
There's
the same
one movie
movie.
in my head.
Okay, Seventh Son or this one, which would you rather watch? Like, let's say you're.
I don't know.
No,
You
but-
could say Season of the Witch or Seventh Son, and to me they mean the same
That's
thing.
not my point. My point
Seventh
is
Son.
he had marbles in his mouth. Seventh Son of the Seventh
Of the
Son.
Seventh-
I'm also in a movie called R.I.P. Dirt.
Oh, okay. R.I.P.D. or Ghostbusters
I
2016.
would rather watch R.I.P.D.
Actually, I do have notes on this. My
I
biggest
don't
problem with
know
this
about
movie
that.
is nothing happens.
There's
Like-
no personality. Nothing happens.
So at
There's
least
nothing.
in Seventh Son, it's like, let's see what this gaggle of dumb idiots does next.
Yeah, exactly. There's something interesting.
I
This
just
one
there's
is like
nothing going on here.
it's
I
boring.
think
This movie's lame.
Yeah.
it is.
It's super...
Note number 2. This cast is way better than this.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
well,
was
that's
it-
the...
Yeah. Was it
That's
a
what
smart
I
idea to was it a smart idea to cast 4 comedians? You
No.
can't make a show with 2 Kramers and 2 George Costanzas.
Exactly.
I just
You can't have a bunch of comedians in a room and then you're like, it's funny because they're all here. No,
Right.
it's not. That's not fun. That doesn't make a party funny,
Like,
automatically.
in
or
no
anything.
part do I feel like this is the fault of the actors. I
No.
really feel like this
No.
was
I think
they
bad
did fine.
directing and bad
Though
writing.
Kristen Wiig was kind of like, I don't know what she was doing.
Well,
But I
she's
think that was
good,
her
though.
character.
I think she's probably the most talented out of the 4 Busters. But like,
I think it was just the story that they had to act was horrible.
and I think I dislike her character the most.
Yeah.
Because she's supposed to be very intelligent and capable and able to prove herself.
Right.
She's
She
a-
was like getting a tenured professor at Columbia.
She is a
Yeah.
moron.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
She
Well,
is
they're
profoundly stupid at any
yeah.
chance she gets.
Right. She, like, if you think she should be this character that is like the brilliant physicist who also believes in ghosts.
And she wrote a
Instead,
book about it.
she felt like somehow she is like a crackpot ghost hunter who somehow ended up as a
Right.
physics professor.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
That
great
makes
way
way
to
more
say
sense.
it. Yeah.
And you're like, I don't understand this.
She
It's-
should be the straight man. She should be the Jerry Seinfeld. Kate
Yeah.
McKinnon is Kramer.
Yeah.
Elaine is what's her
Patty?
name? Patty
Leslie
LaBelle.
Jones?
Leslie Jones, thank you. And then George is Melissa
Yeah.
McCarthy.
Yes, exactly.
But instead they're all Kramer or they're all George or they're all like there's-
it's like one note, just one note, the whole thing. No one has a personality
Yeah.
other than maybe Kate McKinnon a little bit. Her
Maybe.
character. But
Yeah.
her character, but the personality, like the only thing they told her, like she got on set and they're like, be
crazy.
kooky and crazy. And that's
At
it.
least she's consistent.
She is consistent.
Between Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig, it's like they're both supposed to be very intelligent people. Maybe they sort of like fumbled along their career path, but they're supposed to be smart.
They
And then
both
they
worked
do
at
the
colleges and
dumbest
whatnot.
shit on earth.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and especially like we could get into this, but one of the things that majorly undermines Kristen Wiig's character is how she's like falling over herself
Yes.
for
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth.
Thor. Yeah.
Oh,
Thor.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, what? Like,
Well,
why is this? If this is supposed to be like they even make a joke in the movie about how people were like, I'm not going to watch 4 women be the Ghostbusters, right? They like, there's comments on their
But
YouTube
that
video.
doesn't make it funny.
They meta
by-
reference it. And no, it's not. First of all, it's not funny, but then they also don't. They undermine their own stance by doing
Yes.
stuff like
The
that.
whole
Yes.
time.
Well,
All
what
the
did I-
jokes too are like they're all like
Yeah.
sexist jokes the entire time
Yep.
about guys and girls, like the whole time, whether it's
Yeah.
like he's too hot or this or that. And I'm like, we get it. We get that
get
you're
it.
like it's stop.
Just because you can sort of self reference what's happening doesn't make it like compelling either, right?
No.
You see stuff where they sort of, oh, well, we know this is bad. Yeah, but that doesn't make it good, right? So it's bad and you know it's bad. That's how you lose your audience, right?
It's-
Anyway.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Ken. I think we're really
Was it
like
did
we're
we
painting the
talk about-
picture of like on everything it promises, it doesn't deliver on any one of those points.
No.
Like the cast doesn't deliver on being funny. The fact that it's all women doesn't deliver on any sort of like
It's not an angle. There's not
It's-
like a
right. Every joke
No.
undermines the fact that they're women. Like they
Yes.
poke fun. They poke fun
You
in
know
a
what?
bad
I watched
way
a
at it.
YouTube video,
Yeah.
and I wish I knew what it was. It was about
Ryan.
You're
Eric-
right on time, Quinn.
I'm
Perfect
just
timing.
getting fired up.
Don't
Gwen.
worry.
Get ready for some real disgusting shit. No, there was like a YouTube video about like characters in movies who know they're despicable, right? They act despicable and they know
Okay.
despicable, and the show sort of is self-referential in the way that they're despicable. That
Mhm.
just makes them really disgusting. Like you
Yeah.
can't if the message you're conveying to the audience is that we don't really like this either, why would I continue watching? I don't
Yeah.
understand. Anyway, maybe I'm not
Right?
conveying it in the way that I
No,
want
I totally-
to.
I totally
know what you
know.
mean.
Like, if let's say you have a problem with the way that women are normally portrayed in these types of movies, the characters they have to play.
Yeah.
And so you're like,
Sure.
we're going to make all the main characters women and to undermine that stereotype. And then you just instead have all 4 women main characters act that way. You have just reinforced
Yes, I
the
feel
stereotype
like
in which you
always
were
do
attacking.
that with these
Yeah.
kind of movies. It's so because instead of just being a movie about something, it is
Just
now a
make
movie
the
about
movie.
we are women, and you're like, nobody gives a crap. The point is the story.
But it
Well,
wasn't
especially
even
when they're
like
all
we are
dumb as
women. It was
hell.
like,
I hate. Yes, exactly. That's the other thing, and every joke is like, he's too hot, or let's talk about their crotch, or like it's some stupid joke, or where you're like,
Right.
is this we're trying to raise the bar on
a lot of the
these
jokes
I
in the
don't-
beginning of the movie, I put in quotes. I put the word front in quotes, and I put crack in quotes. And I was like, stop
Did I
making
miss
these
something?
kind of
Was there a
jokes,
front
please.
crack joke
I-
that I missed?
There was like something fell
just
down
little
somebody's
things.
shirt. There was like, every
Did you
time they
guys
get
watch
slimed.
like a 4-hour Snyder cut?
Well,
Or what?
actually, no.
I know we didn't watch the extended edition, though there is that option
There was
available
a-
on
Can't believe
Amazon.
that's a
Which I
thing.
don't-
Yeah.
No, but
Anyway.
it would always be, and like later on, they're like, shoot him, and they're like, of course, they'll be like, shoot him in the crotch, and like stuff where you're just like, why are we doing these like 12-year-old jokes though?
Yeah,
It's
right.
not-
shoot
it's not
shoot
funny.
the ghost in the penis, because
Like-
he'll be injured more there.
Yes, it's shit like that you're like, but
Yeah, right.
if
Yes,
the
yes.
story doesn't. If we're trying to
Spoilers
not do
for the
a,
end.
Yeah.
They kill
Right.
the big
Hit him-
ghost
hit
by
the
shooting
ghost.
him in the dick. It's a
is,
football to the dick joke.
But it's that thing of being like, women can do it too, and you're like, what? Make stupid jokes about? It's the same crap. You're just doing the same crap.
Well,
It's like Charlie Brown trying to kick the football, right? And
Yeah.
like, it's just you can't attack the stereotypes by having the women play those stereotypes,
Yes.
but in the main character role.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I agree with
agree
Ryan
with
as
what-
well. I think this movie would have been infinitely better if you let the 4 main actors write it.
Well, look
Like,
at Ryan says
know-
a director says there was 4 hours cut
Why?
from this movie. But why were they like, there's no script, you do you? Like, what? Of course
Yeah,
that's going to be
4-hour
crazy.
cut just means you didn't know how to edit. Like,
It's like insane.
that's not a
No.
compliment.
Now, Joe here says there
Yeah.
was high expectations going
I
into this.
agree.
Well, I agree with that. I feel like in
Yeah, I could see
2023
that.
watching
I
this,
could see
I
that.
don't have those expectations
Yep.
anymore. And I
Yep.
watched this and
Still bad.
it's not like it let me down because my expectations were too high. It's
No.
just
No,
not very good.
But
It's just-
I
yeah,
do
I'm not-
agree. I hate when movies are like, it's a big cast. That probably means it's going to suck. You essentially hired big names just to like say you have
Well,
big
and
names.
Bridesmaids is a great example of like a well-written
Yeah.
group of women-centric comedy that is funny front to back. There's not many jokes that
Yep.
miss in that movie. The characters make sense. They're real people instead of this where it's like, I'm a genius. Whoops, I slipped on a pickle and it fell in my mouth. Or just like insane, like 8-year-old stuff.
Well,
I don't know.
That's what it is, though. That is
It's
exactly like the movie in a nutshell. Is they're like, I'm a genius, and you're like, are you? And
Are
then the
you?
rest of
Well,
it is
right.
like
They
goofy.
never
It's just goofy.
they never establish anything before they deliver on it, right? So like when Holtzmann builds the packs and then builds all the upgraded weapons and then upgrades the packs and all that
Sure.
kind of stuff, you get Holtzmann is quirky and weird. You never got to see, but she's a genius. You like when
Yeah.
they introduce you to what are they? Patty and Holtzmann, or what the heck are their
Yeah.
names?
What are
You
their
you
names?
go to like their other school in their lab.
Well, it's
but
not Patty, it's Abby.
It's Abby and
Abby?
Holtzmann.
But that's the thing.
Holtzmann.
Patty is Leslie Jones. She works at the subway. She's the same level of any sort of
Right.
knowledge as the other
Right.
three, and they are like an MIT school, a blah 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 school. Like they
Yeah.
are all geniuses, and she's like, I work at the subway, and they're same level. They all do the same thing. There's nothing different.
Well, and that's it. You never like, hey, welcome to the lab, and then like, oh my gosh, we have all these like weird, quirky inventions because of Holtzmann because she's the weird genius. That because of Holtzmann never happens. She's set up as quirky and weird, but
That's
never
it.
set up as a mechanical genius. So then when she all of a sudden delivers all these like scientific breakthroughs, you're kind of like left like, it's like they assumed that you would just keep up with that instead of like building that character as like that is somebody who can do that kind of thing. That is never established.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden she's like building stuff, and you're like, why are you the person who builds stuff? You're
That's
just
whole
the weird
thing, though.
one.
No one in this movie has a personality or an actual like character, like
Yeah.
anything about them.
I wouldn't even say that they fit stereotypes, right? They try to bottleneck Holtzmann into the engineer type thing, but it doesn't work. And they
No.
try to bottleneck Kristen Wiig into like the straight man, intelligent person. Doesn't
No.
work. They don't finish it off. They try to do the same with Mike McCarthy, Melissa McCarthy.
That's only funny to
Mike's
us.
throwing
Yeah, that's a real person. It's just I don't know. It would have been better if you like typecast these people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I totally agree.
The straight man does get established and then is just
Nope. Never
it
mind.
just crumbles. Like it falls apart the whole rest
They
of
were
the
all
movie.
just-
She like slips on her own pee or some insane stupid scenario where like
She keeps slipping on.
he's
ooze
so
and
hot, and she pees her pants and falls
it's
down.
so
That's the level of joke
dumb.
we're talking
Yes.
about.
Right. You're not
That
even
is it.
exaggerating
That's
that
100%
much.
It. Yeah. No,
That doesn't
not
happen
at
in the
all.
movie. I kind of wish it did.
It pretty much does. I would say.
Look,
Close. Pretty close.
I cracked a LaCroix for this, and I'm going to go get a beer because this is getting serious.
Getting painful.
Get a
we
beer,
gotta start
and then we'll
walking
get
through
started.
Yeah. Well, I guess I better
Right.
refill here.
Well,
This
okay.
movie is so
Boring.
devoid of creative effort.
And I think it makes sense if who said it, Joe or Ryan or like if they have
It's very
4
improv
hours,
heavy.
but it
Oh,
doesn't
sorry, go ahead.
connect. No,
Yeah.
it's exactly what you said. If it's all improv, it does not connect to the point where you're like, well, hold on, you're not building characters, you're just improvising, which doesn't. So at the end, I don't know any of the characters essentially.
No, I don't. There are no characters. When did Step Brothers come out with Will Ferrell?
That had to be like more.
Oh my gosh,
2004. Oh,
2008. Okay, I'm trying to think what they're going for here.
Well, that's the other thing. They essentially didn't say we're going to make a movie. They said we're just going to copy a movie and put girls in it. And you're like, okay, that's not a movie.
It doesn't attempt to do anything different from the first Ghostbusters, yet it's like straining to.
Yeah, it's almost like they tried to copy it too much in a way, but also like, I don't know. It's very strange the way it's something when you're done, you're like, I feel like I didn't watch a movie. Like it's very weird.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's get on with it. Here, you can just go so I don't interrupt.
Right. Just we're gonna listen to you.
The entire
Read
time.
I'm
off
gonna
your
mute my
script.
mic. Yeah,
guys
when you're done with the movie, make
You
like
guys
a
do
hand
not come.
signal.
I'm done. Okay, we are going to start out. We are in a big old scary house. There's a tour happening. It's obviously an old house. It is from 1894, and there's some tour guide telling the story of a daughter that like murdered the staff, and she got locked in the basement, and all the spooky crap. So then when he's talking, like electrical starts going crazy, a candle gets knocked over, and of course the tour is like, "Oh," and they're all spooked and they go away. Later, you find out he comes back. The candle's like a little trick candle. It's got like a thing on the bottom to knock it over, and he's like, I'm so goofy. Like that.
What is
kind of
that
thing.
guy from?
The Office.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that is the other thing with this movie. Almost every character in it is like, again, if you were like, we're doing an improv skit down at and like they showed up. Like it's kind of the point where like, I don't know if you're trying to be goofy or if you want just all comedians as the cast. Then it feels weird. I don't know. Anyway, he goes to leave work, and he's like shutting everything down, and then all of a sudden the doorknob to the locked basement starts like jiggling and all this stuff. He starts freaking out. He runs. He's getting like legit thrown in the air against the walls and crap. Like furniture's going everywhere. So to hide, he runs into the basement, which is where the ghost is, which I'm like, what? I don't. Right away.
It's so weird that he runs into the basement.
And then even he is like, ugh, the basement. Like he
but
does
that
a thing.
doesn't make it okay.
No.
Him being in on the joke doesn't make it funny. It just it's like
it's weird.
No, it's stupid that you went in the basement. You don't being like, shoot, what was I thinking? Why'd I go in the basement?
Yeah.
It's
So-
like, yeah.
So he tries to run up the stairs, and the stairs are falling out from under him. All this crap, he's in the basement. Ooze starts coming out of the floor, and then essentially a giant smoke ghost like comes up and attacks him. End of the scene. Okay. So then we cut to Kristen Wiig, who is Erin, and she's pretending to like teach a lecture. She's getting all nervous for her like lecture at a college.
There's all kinds of physics on the chalkboard
Which
behind.
right away you're like, I don't know, pick any other job for her. I don't. So,
Or just make her capable.
yeah,
Make her
Right.
Ben, this is picture number 2.
because she doesn't
yeah.
need to be dumb for the book. Well, I'm jumping ahead, but we'll get to the book, right?
No,
The book
that's what happens
comes
like
up.
right away though.
The book comes up that she wrote in her past about ghosts and all these sorts of things, and that's how she loses credibility. You can't also make her a nervous doofus.
Well-
Right. Like you can't, if you want the book to be the thing that undermines her
Make
credibility,
her smart.
then why?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she has
yeah.
to be credible in all other aspects.
She doesn't have credibility to lose when the book comes up.
Right. She's like nervous just to do, she's trying to
Yeah.
get tenure and she's nervous to do a lecture in one of the bigger student halls. Who cares?
Why? Yeah, she wouldn't care. It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
Yeah.
But also, they dress her. They dress her like someone pretending to be smart.
Again, I don't.
Which, if you
What is
can see
this?
this picture, first of all, she also has a wig on that is like, I don't know who
think
picked this
that's a
wig
wig?
out. Oh, it's a wig because I looked it up too.
Oh,
Guys,
It's a
okay.
wig.
look at the wig and look at Emily's hair.
I know.
Right. Same thing.
Actually, but look, my hair looks shittier, which you can tell that's why it's real.
that's how
hair
you know it's
instead of a
real.
wig.
Yeah.
Because you can tell her wig got placed on her.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then,
That's fair. That's fair.
I looked it up and there's some website that's like, it talks about wigs in movies and they rate them. And they're like, this wig is by far the worst wig of 2016, like in movies.
This one? This specific wig?
They were like so angry about this wig.
Well, consider me fooled. But then again, Captain America wears a wig, and that always gets
Does he
Really?
really?
every movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, but see that,
That's
Now
like
I
$1
need to look
million
this up.
wig.
come on,
though.
that's, yeah. Anyway, they dress her though like if you're like, I'm a professor, like if I had to go in tomorrow, and it's stupid.
Well, and again, they make fun of her clothes in the movie. It's
Yes.
a running
I
joke,
don't-
and that
don't get
still
it.
doesn't make it. You being in on the joke doesn't make it funny.
Well, the movie, you can't. Listen, if she's going to be a nerd who gets bullied, let us side with her rather than laugh at her.
Yeah.
Because she just, I don't understand. Anyway, we've talked it. We beat it to death.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So that is when some guy comes in. He's like, "Did you write the book about ghosts and all this crap?" And he says he has a haunting, and she's all like, "I'm so embarrassed about this book." So she goes to find her friend who wrote the book with her to be like, "How did the book get online?" Which I'm like, who gives a fuck? Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, she goes to find her friend. And
Guys, look at this. I found the wig.
Man, look at
$30
that
bucks.
wig,
5 wits friendly wig. Captain Eagle Scout. This is
feel like
the
that's a
Kristen
pretty good
Wiig
wig.
wig?
No, this is the Captain America one.
wig?
This is it, from what movie?
I don't know. That's what came up when I searched.
Wait, what was that website? The 5 Wits?
I don't know. I closed
The
it.
5 wigs.
Darn. I wish. Oh, she finds her friend, Abby, who is also like some sort of, I don't know, she works at a college. She does crazy
Well,
whatever.
she's seemingly successful, but she's in a college because, I don't know.
Does she teach? Instead, it's essentially if someone said, "Show me science," and you were like, "Someone get me wires,"
Beep,
and you
boop,
just
beep,
had
boop.
wires and
Yeah.
buttons everywhere.
And like
Picture number 3, Ben.
the department doesn't even know that she is working there. So
Well, exactly.
See, now
And then
that's a
there's-
funny joke, though, right? She goes upstairs to get funding, and he finds, I thought
He's
you
like,
guys
"You're
got
still
shut down
here?"
years ago.
Yeah.
we can definitely go get some money. Like they've been funding this lab for years, and then it cuts to like.
But this
exactly.
that guy's also a moron, and I
I
love that
hate-
guy.
I hate
I
that
know,
scene
but
though.
I hate that scene.
Why is he
Yeah.
acting like that?
And
Like it's a skit.
that's the
It's-
thing. The whole
it
movie
is
is
a
a
skit.
skit. The
It's
whole
all
movie's an
improv
SNL
garbage.
skit.
It's
Yes.
bad improv. Yeah.
Which you can have that sometimes in a movie.
can
The
do it
whole movie can't be
sometimes.
that. So here's Abby. She's, I don't know, I guess smart. Again,
I guess.
you never know.
I don't know.
She seems to know how to work that shit.
She
That's
probably
about it.
seems the smartest of the 4.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Holtzmann, but only because she says I made it. But yeah, she would be the smartest, I would say.
Holtzmann is the only character I like because at least she's a
Something.
character.
Yeah.
Okay, so Erin goes to be like, I can't believe you published our book
Erin,
and shit.
that's her
and
name.
yeah, and Abby's like, get the fuck over it. I know. And then while she's there, Holtzmann pops up. This is picture number 4. She's working with Abby, apparently, I don't know, at the college or whatever the fuck they do. She is very steampunk glasses, blah blah, but at least she has a personality. Okay, she has something going on. But
Well-
again, her personality is if someone said, just be kooky. And that's
Just
it.
be weird. Just
Yeah.
go over the
So,
top.
an example of one of the
Like-
jokes is they're like, no, we got an EVP from one of the ghosts at the hotel. And they have a recording and all this stuff. And Erin's like, seriously, you do? And so they're like, come listen. And she leans in to listen to the recording. And then one of them fart. And she's like, oh, you got me.
Forgot that was
That is the comedy style. That is
Yeah,
it. Them being like,
it's-
we got you, bitch. Like that kind of
It's-
thing.
Maybe
Listen.
kids would like this.
Fart.
But what?
Excuse me. I'm so upset right now. Farts are funny. Natural
this
farts
case,
are
though.
funny. Not cue up the lead up to the fart, leave room for the laugh, and deliver the fart. This is so staged in terms of
Joe.
This is right. This is one of the. This is
Oh,
probably
is that
when I
what it
wrote.
is?
This is probably when I wrote front in quotes. Exactly.
crack.
And front is a separate joke from crack. Crack, I think, came up when she got
I
slimed.
must have blacked out during
And
this
I was
part
just like,
because I was just
because
so
they weren't
Stop
funny. They
making
would
those
say them
jokes.
and it just moves past it because it's not
Well,
funny.
that joke can be funny. The
It
way
was
it's
not, and-
delivered
yeah.
here is awful.
And
Kate
Erin,
McKinnon,
yeah,
this is my plea to you. Take an extremely dramatic role and
Wouldn't you
prove
like to
that
see
you
that?
can act, because I know you can. You don't have to be weird Barbie in every movie.
do you
I
remember
know
when?
she can do it.
What if
Any
she
of
was
these-
like a villain?
any
Right,
of these
but-
no,
no, 'cause she
but
would still
she
be
has
goofy
to
as a
play
villain.
it straight.
Like
She has
serious,
to-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like when Jamie Foxx, remember how he was only comedian and then he did like one part that was serious and everyone was like, oh my gosh.
Well, it
and
happens all the
all of a
time.
sudden everyone realized
What-
and you're like, yeah, of
What if
course.
she played a villain who started off as her goofy way and it was like just a facade of the villain
like Joker
who
style in a way?
was actually villainous underneath?
Joker is a trigger word for me. Sorry. I just hate Joker in general.
I didn't watch the movie Joker.
That's very
I didn't-
Batman of you.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
didn't-
that's a trigger for me.
Right.
My parents.
Ken is actually Robin.
No, I think comedic actors are some of the best dramatic actors
Yes.
because they understand timing, which I think
Yes.
is a huge part of acting. So I know she can do it. Do it. Like Kristen Wiig did
Yes.
what's the movie with her and Bill Hader? Skeleton Twins?
I never
they're
saw
like-
that, but I know what you're talking
I
about.
think their parents die and they go home to take care of the estate.
Yeah.
And it's very morose and just
Yeah.
depressing across the board, but they're forced to
A+,
joke.
though.
They're forced to sort of like joke through a tragic loss. And it's very human in that way. That's like I know you can act. Damn it, do
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's the thing, and especially when a comedian is serious, all of a sudden you're like, well, this is fucking creepy. So like if Robin Williams ever did something serious,
Oh my
you're
god.
like, watch the fuck out.
Yeah,
like
I'm
all of a
tuned
sudden
in.
you're like, this is a problem because
Even
it's like
super-
spooky. So
Even super subtle stuff. When Will Ferrell did, what was the movie
Oh,
where he was
Jonah's
an
good.
accountant? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great example.
Jonah
Jonah
Hill,
Hill.
yeah.
What was the movie with Will Ferrell and Maggie Gyllenhaal? Where he's the
Oh,
accountant auditing her bakery.
I know what you're
I
talking
haven't
about.
seen that.
I've seen it, but I don't know what the name is.
Superb.
It is really good.
Great. And as like it's a very tongue-in-cheek, dry joke that he brings her a dozen flowers, but because she's a baker, it's like rye flour and wheat flour and all-purpose flour and
I
bread
do
flour
remember
and stuff.
watching that one.
But it's delivered totally straight.
yeah.
And it's funny because it's honest and sincere.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Yes. Great movie. Go watch
It's
it.
a good one.
Yeah.
I did like that one.
Anyway,
Um,
these actors are better than this. The
Yeah.
writing in this
Yeah.
sucks.
while Erin's there, she's like, "Oh, this guy from like a haunted mansion came to me," and they're like, "Hold the phone." And so they
Wait,
all
is that
head
the
over
movie
there.
where he gets hit by a bus?
I don't
Maybe?
remember. Maybe.
Or is that the one where he's
Is he a writer? Am I thinking of a different movie?
No,
no,
he's
he's
an
a tax
accountant.
accountant.
Yeah.
He's doing her taxes, and she like owns a bakery or some shit.
Yeah, he's from the IRS and he audits her.
Yeah.
All right, let me not
You're talking about.
distract us here.
I know what you're talking about, but I.
Well,
A
there's
different.
like,
I'm talking about
there's
a different
an
movie,
infinite
right?
number of better movies with all of these people
Yeah.
in it we can
We're
talk
like,
about.
well, actually. Okay, so they go to the mansion that was at the beginning.
No, this is the movie. Yeah, this is the movie I'm
He gets hit
thinking
by a
of.
bus?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't remember that.
Maybe
Okay,
you're
never
right,
mind.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking of the movie where he
I
does
think I
like
just
the
spoiled
same
the whole movie,
schedule
actually.
over and over. Oh, does he get
Yeah,
hit by a
he's
bus at
very-
the end? Yeah.
Oh, man. And he has that movie where he sells all of his shit on his front lawn because his wife leaves him.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, now we're just getting
Yeah, sorry. It's like
Okay,
Everything
sorry.
for Sale or Everything Must Go, I
Yeah,
think is what it's
yeah.
called. That's a great
Um,
movie too. Super straightforward. Anyway, go watch those two movies.
Ben, what are you doing? Ben's starting things in my audio, so I can't hear. He's like, "Bleh, bleh." Okay, so they go to the mansion where the guy was like, "We need help. We have a ghost or whatever."
Yeah.
But when they get there, the tour guide guy who's like got attacked in the basement is just like outside, and I went, like, didn't he get? I don't know. Shouldn't he be like gone or
Why
something?
are they just standing in the street?
He's like, I don't know, you shouldn't go in there. But like, what happened to you when you got like attacked by the ghost? Because clearly it's
Well,
not that life threatening. That I don't
See,
know.
that's what's so weird about it is because it's not that we as the audience know he's not right. The characters themselves, the Busters, know he went into the
Busters.
basement.
Yeah.
So it's
I
not
don't-
like they're out of the loop, right? That's a super useful tool where the characters we know don't have information that the audience has. But they have the information.
Yeah.
They should be alarmed that he's fine.
Yeah, and also, like, how'd you get out of the basement? Like, the stairs broke under you and you fell back and there was ooze coming. Like, what? You want to explain? Instead, he's like, I wouldn't go in there. And that's it. That's all you hear from him.
You could teach a year on filmmaking
What?
based off this movie, on all the ways that
It'd be like,
doesn't
pause.
work.
And what did we do wrong here?
Why doesn't this make any sense?
Oh my God. So they go into the house. Their machine, they're this machine starts
I like
freaking
the machine.
out.
The machine looks cool. I like
Right?
it.
It's zooming around and shit.
Good design. Good prop design.
There's blue lights shining from the basement, like
Sure.
door unlocks, even though they couldn't get it, all that crap. So a full-on ghost glides out of the basement, and they're like, oh my God. And of course they're videotaping, so they have all that. And this is one of those things, those jokes again, where Holtzmann is like eating Pringles while they watch the ghost. And
Oh
they're
my
like,
God.
Are
And it
you
takes-
eating Pringles now? Like,
I was sort of waiting for it to get a little scary because I think you can combo.
It kind of was.
It gets a little bit. It gets a
little.
little bit scary.
The intro, and then when they go to the house,
It's
a little
more
bit
scary.
scary.
It's a tight 18 minutes of like, okay, this could work, but then it cuts to her eating chips. Like,
and it's
it's like
Three
Goofy Down.
times.
never scary again.
No.
That her eating that chip
The
and her being like,
second-
"What do you expect me to not eat this salty potato disc?" Or she says
And
something
Yeah.
stupid like that.
yeah, it's not just that she's eating the chips while the ghost enters the room. She has
'Cause,
to
okay,
like quit.
that-
She's got to get a line out.
That's the
It's
thing.
gotta-
It would be funny if you check back and she's just eating a chip and
or
it
let
cuts
her-
back. It
just
cuts
drop
away.
The chips. Drop
That
the
would be
chips.
great. Yeah.
That's a joke,
That's
but
good.
it sells that it's scary,
You
right?
don't have to explain. Don't explain the joke. That's what they did, essentially. If you were
Yep.
like, are you drinking wine? I'm like, drinking wine during a podcast. Like, that's what the whole movie was like. Don't stop
I'm
explaining
seeing a
every
ghost.
joke.
Yes, I'm gonna have a chip. I mean, we
So
should.
anyway,
Anyway,
they see the ghost. I know we're never going to get through this if we we're
Yeah.
so mad. They
Right,
see
we're
the
still in the
ghost.
scary part.
It's okay.
Like
Erin,
the okay part of the movie we're still in. Yeah.
Erin goes and she's like, I'm gonna talk to it. I'm gonna touch it or whatever. She goes up there and she's like, hi, and talking to it. It essentially goes from like a nice, pretty ghost to it turns into a zombie and starts vomiting ooze on her, and then it zooms out the window. It's zooming around town, I guess. And then we cut to the college saw the YouTube video because Erin in it is like, ghosts are real, which is kind of funny because the college
Sure.
then is like,
Sure.
I don't know if you should be teaching science here if you're like on a viral
but
video.
should she ever have been? Like she never acted like a Columbia
Because she was
physics
like,
professor.
are you sure?
Well, and they didn't.
the whole time.
Yeah, they
so
never. They didn't demonstrate that.
It is.
Yeah.
Joe, yes, the D list is back on a irregular basis. Watch your
Unfortunately
Twitch
for us.
notifications.
Video only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just so we can hang out with each other.
Yeah. We like bad movies. So Erin gets fired. Okay. Kristen Wiig, she's done so.
Good. That's one thing I did like. They didn't play with that at all. They were like, boom,
Yep.
you're fired.
Drop
Done.
that.
Done.
Sure.
God.
Don't
Sure.
deal with it.
So she goes to complain to Abby and Holtzmann, and they're like, you should
But,
work
like-
here, bitch.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Think of a storyline where she's a smart professor. She
It's-
loses the Columbia tenure. She wants to prove herself to show that she could do it. But by the end of the movie, she realizes she doesn't need the Columbia
Yeah.
tenure.
Wouldn't that be so much better?
That's called a mother arc.
No.
Let's all say
No.
it together. ARC character arc.
But that's what I
Thank
don't
you.
understand. I don't understand. The first 15 to 20 minutes of this movie establishes
Yeah.
several things that are immediately. It's like two people. One person wrote the first 15 minutes, and another person wrote the
Well,
rest
it
of
was
the
like,
movie.
They were like,
Yeah.
how are we going to tell she's smart? And they're like, she
They
works at college?
establish a plot,
She wears old
That they-
grandma clothes. That's how we know she's
and
But
smart.
then
then
they
later
abandon
she
it.
wears like, I'll get to this later. She also wears the I don't know.
I
She wears
didn't-
like a zip up hoodie and like flared jeans, and I'm going to go, I'm sorry, you're telling me that you are like a the whole
Didn't
I
notice.
don't know.
Sorry.
I did. I was mad. She goes to Abby and Holtzmann and she's like, I got fired, bitch. And they're like, you should work here. And that's when they go up to be like, hey, we should hire her too. And he's like, I didn't even know you guys were getting funded and all that shit. That scene lasts about 10 minutes too long.
He does. He flicks them off in about like 8 different ways.
And that guy's
Again.
really funny. He's the announcer for Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
He's a Saturday Night Live alum for like 40 years.
He's hilarious. He's hilarious.
Hysterical dude.
Not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
His like
Erase this from your resume.
8 ways to flip you off is like
The whole time
that's
he's
all
like,
you got for this
That's
movie.
like
That's
the
your
joke?
one bit.
That's
it?
That's stupid.
Also, he's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt. It's like
Yeah,
if you
it's
I popped in and I was like,
That's why
I'm
we-
head of the college
we
today.
all know these people are funny. So
There's no
somebody
doubt
was
about it.
doing bad directing.
But
I
it's
think
that,
so. Yeah.
It's that thing of if you were at a party with a comedian and you said, make a joke. And they're like,
Oh, it's absolutely be funny, clown.
yeah.
Hey, clown,
And
be
they're
funny.
like, and there's not, and that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'll say this. And you're like, not
Sure.
okay.
All right. Well,
sure.
okay. Now do it 4 more ways.
Yes.
Right?
That's the
Do
whole
the
movie.
finger 4 more times, and we've got a joke by
And they're
repetition.
like, we got it, baby. And that's
Right.
it. I know. It's so bad. Okay, then we cut to we're meeting Leslie Jones, aka Patty. She's working the subway. Some
Patty
crazy guy
LaBelle.
walks. Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, her
She's
style.
even got a patty necklace on.
Her style that they gave her was like 14-year-old tween. I don't know. Like what the like what is this right now? Okay.
Right.
Some crazy guy walks up to her and gives her some weird, like, essentially a
This guy
Jehovah Witness
sucks.
like scenario, and she's
As
like,
if we
"Mhm."
hadn't talked about all characters sucking. The
Again,
bad
though,
guy is the worst.
we'll get to this, but the bad guy essentially is a guy. It's one of the guys who's like, I hate girls because they don't like me because I'm ugly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it is this like it's the whole thing in this movie is like guys versus girls and like good looks versus bad. Like it's the wrong everything.
This
Anyway.
is like lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
comedy.
This is
Yeah.
bottom feeder comedy.
Right.
This is
So-
absolute. Yeah. These
is
are the
bad.
lobsters of what are
So this
bottom feeders.
crazy guy talks to her, and then he walks onto the tracks, and she's like, "Oh shit!" She just goes on the tracks after him. I go, "Too
Which
bad,
I'm
so
s-
sad. I'm
I
sorry,
am
buddy."
certain
Like,
is not New York
I
City
don't-
subway
Yeah.
protocol to follow
Like
Exactly.
the person
chase somebody down an
if someone
active
goes on the
track.
tracks, I want you to follow them. No, it's probably
No,
101.
you call the
Call this
police
number, and
wait
that's
for
it.
them to wind up on the front end of a subway
And she's
car.
like out there with the flashlight. No, you
Yeah.
don't just like wing it. Anyway, she starts walking on the tracks. There's like a crazy device going off and shit next to her. And then a electricity guy essentially like pops
Yeah.
out and starts zooming around the
Boo.
tracks. He's all that crap.
Ooh.
And she runs away for the most part. So then we see the crazy guy. Ben is picture number 6.
Sorry, I'm going back on the Mortal Engines wiki. I can't take this anymore.
I'd rather talk about
Picture
Mortal
number
Engines.
6. The crazy guy is talking to himself in the mirror, and he's like, "We're gonna do this." So we realize he's doing the hauntings.
Mm-hmm.
So he is like, "We're gonna make the vortex,
We-
break the barrier."
We
and all this
realized
shit.
this as soon as he
Yeah,
was
of
talking
course.
to her.
First
at
of
the
all,
beginning.
look at this guy.
sucks.
There he is.
Now,
I
right
hate
away,
that he kind of
though-
looks like me, though.
No,
That-
he doesn't.
No,
No.
don't do that. Don't you dare. Don't.
if
you
I had
dare.
like,
Okay, the
Well,
thing about
if
this
you
guy
cut-
though is
If you took your hair and cut off your
It's
head
just
and
the hair.
body, sure. I mean, I guess, but
you put his hair on. The whole time though, he's like, because girls don't pay attention to me, and you're
Is
like,
that what he's
okay.
doing?
So
Oh,
it's like
boy.
stuff like that where he's like, well, life didn't give me a chance with
Yeah, you're
like
right. Okay,
ladies.
yeah,
So and you're like, okay, I'm sorry. So you're essentially
Boo-hoo.
just a guy who hates women,
but
and so you're creating
Everybody
a whole
loves a
vortex in different worlds.
villain.
Like what? The
Yeah.
whole. It's the dumbest reason to
And-
have a villain.
and his plan makes even less sense as
Oh, it
it
makes-
goes on.
It makes no sense.
That's my favorite part.
No sense.
Anyway, yeah. This
So
guy
we were
sucks.
at the sidebar. We were at the library the other day getting more books for the kids, and I took a little meander over to the teen
go to the
novel
bathroom while you
section,
sidebar.
and I grabbed Mortal Engines.
Ooh, okay.
And while the kids were picking out books, I read like the first chapter, and it was pretty cool. Yeah,
I would read it. I kind of want to read it.
London was supposed to be 2,000 feet tall. But here's the thing. London goes across the land bridge. It
Yeah.
was hiding in Britain from the bigger cities.
Whoa.
So London is like
so
one
they
of the
sort of
smaller
cannibalize
ones.
each other, right? And then
Yeah. And so
Cool.
like in the book I saw that they don't use the Medusa
makes more
on
sense,
the
too.
wall.
Yeah.
They use the Medusa because they're getting chased by one of the like mega cities, one of the
Sure.
big ones. And it's
That's
like,
cool.
wow, come on. I want to see that in the movie. I felt like, was the one in the movie 2,000 feet tall? Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I like the scale of that movie, but it's hard to. The
just
only
wanna
thing
see
you
more
have for
cities
reference
driving
are
around.
the actors. There's no other height reference.
That's true. That's true.
Because you finally get to the wall, and the wall is, I don't know, insurmountably high. But
Who
you don't
knows?
know how tall London is. This guy sucks. This movie was very blah.
I don't know where Emily was at. I can't continue. Her papers are right over there, but I don't know where she was.
We got to get moving because this movie has nothing going on for it.
Right, I'm surprised. I was surprised it was 2 hours long, and then I was surprised that when we got to about the 90-minute mark, I was like, how can there possibly be 30 minutes more?
Minutes left.
And that last 30 minutes is 30 minutes of CGI.
Doesn't
just
matter.
like it does. It's
I'll-
just
I'll-
nothing
I'll-
really happens.
I'll give them a compliment when we get there because there's parts of the end that I like. But you know what I did? We talked about me watching this movie. Then I watched Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I was like, okay, two very uninteresting Ghostbusters movies. You know what mistake I made last night? Didn't have anything to watch. Kind of bored. Had some time to kill. Turned on Dune. Just
Oh.
like...
That's that movie you turn on for like in the back.
Just like a masterpiece, like a tsunami.
Right.
Like,
you can't do that.
Bury
after
me in a
these.
sea of experience. Just
just
wash over me the sands of Dune.
I always try to get to bed at 10 o'clock every night, and I was like, man,
So you turned
I've
on
s-
Dune.
I've seen, yeah, and it's not that long. You know how long that movie is? 2 hours 45 minutes. That movie feels like a life.
Oh, it feels
Like a
like you're like, well, I
full-
learned about a whole new culture and world and like the whole
Right.
thing.
And it's only
You
half
just-
of the book.
Yeah, that's only right. That's only part of it.
Turn off
But-
this dumb
well-
podcast and go watch Dune. Anyway,
So I'll
Compared to
go
the
watch
D-list.
Dune.
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, that's it, guys.
Anyway, it's been real.
Whoa,
Sorry.
whoa,
Weird
whoa.
really-
I'll watch Dune.
Anyway, this guy hates women, and that's why he's bringing back ghosts. Okay, so the ladies, are trying to find like an office. So they're all in. They're like, we should just ghost hunt for life. That's our thing. Which I don't know. Coming from like a college salary,
Yeah,
to
right.
like,
Where's
should we
the
ghost
money
hunt?
coming from?
What are we gonna make? Like $20? I don't know. Whatever.
But the joke
They-
is there. They address that. to
Yeah,
a
so
degree.
they go to find an office. It is the original firehouse that like the Ghostbusters had, and she's like, "It's 21,000 a month." I thought they said 2,100, and I was like, "That doesn't make any sense." 21,000, and of course they're like, "We can't do that," so they're above an old Chinese food place.
I did
like
kind of
this
chuckle
joke.
a little bit when she's like 21,000 a month, and Kristen was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
but
lot
that
of
actually
lead
makes
up to it
sense.
because it's the camera sort of pans up towards the original firehouse, and they all
Right,
walk
like,
up, and
oh
it's,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna
You can
happen
and they're like,
feel
"This
sort
here.
of
would
like
be
the-
great."
the
Yeah.
theme song starts to creep in, and the realtor's like, "Anyway, it's $21,000 a month,"
And
you're
she's like,
"Get fucked."
"Yeah."
Right?
Exactly.
Like it's They leave it immediately. That's how you deal with like fan
Right.
service, sort of.
Right,
But
right.
see,
Well,
I,
and
I
it
just
was
wish
like
the whole story was that though. Like, just put those
That
little
was a
parts
tight
in it.
joke. That was a well
You don't
constructed
need
setup
to
and
like
payoff.
remake the entire thing.
Yeah, I
So
like
yeah,
that they wind up in a. You'll get there.
yeah, just like a shitty like area above like a Chinese food place that. Of course, too, the Chinese place is like kind of shitty because every time Abby orders, she's like, and she's mad about like the food and crap like that.
Oh, is that what it is? It's the same place from the beginning with the.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
where
they-
she's ordering.
Right, they live. Their
didn't put that
places
together.
above.
Yep.
Benny or Donnie or
So
whatever
I
his
don't know
name
what it's
is.
called.
so they rent space above the Chinese restaurant that she does not like.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right?
exactly.
But she keeps ordering
Okay.
from,
That's a
which
good joke.
again could
I
be a
like
good
that.
joke, right?
Yep.
And she's like, I put up flyers, I got a website, all that crap. Okay, so then they're like, we need a receptionist, which is like, you don't, but okay.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Chris Hemsworth is the receptionist for this, right? He comes in for an interview. Erin is immediately like, oh my God, the whole time.
This is when things start to fall apart. Not that I don't like Chris Hemsworth, but I
he
hate.
was fine. He was
I
great.
like him as the himbo, right?
Yeah.
I like it's a classic role reversal,
And that's
But-
funny.
but it destroys Kristen Wiig's character.
Yes.
Even further.
Right.
Well-
and I even like him being a dummy. The
Okay,
himbo dummy.
But
It's
a
all fine and funny, and he does a
dummy
great
is
job.
different from being so dumb that he has no personality.
Yeah, but the bar is so low in this movie. I mean, they're all dumb
yes,
as hell.
But okay,
So
but
he
the
has
whole,
to be like subterranean idiot, right?
that's
Like
so dumb.
it is.
Because the
I
whole
agree.
point is like he's dumb, but we love him, right? Okay, but did he have any personality
doesn't-
other than dumb? No.
No.
So why do we like him? Because of his looks? We're trying to get away from women only just get the
Sure,
characters
yeah.
and things about looks, so we do it to him. How is this help? Like
does not
this
solve
is so
the problem.
annoying.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
if they gave him like the Michael Scott character, you are dumb but lovable. You are dumb but
Sure.
kind.
Some
you
sort
are
of
dumb but
redeeming quality.
he always brings them food. He's
Yeah.
really nice about. But they didn't do that. He's just dumb.
He's
and he
just
looks
there
good.
and dumb.
And that
Yeah.
is it. And so they're always like, we got to get Kevin back. And it's like, why? He's just dumb.
Yep.
There's nothing
You're right.
lovable about him. So they just made a character that essentially is the hot receptionist that has no personality and is just dumb and hot.
Especially later, where as we'll get to, he becomes entwined with the main villain.
Yeah.
Where there's no real need to save Kevin.
No, and they're like, we gotta get Kevin. Why?
Yeah.
We didn't. You guys don't have a connection in the way that like, well,
He doesn't.
Kevin's
yeah.
dumb, but he's sweet. Kevin's
Like
dumb,
if he,
but
if he always, like you said, if he always like brought up the super simple stuff. If he always like, hey, I thought you guys were hungry. Here's I got
the Chinese food. That's it. That's all you have to do one time.
All
Right.
you need to do.
We love Kevin. He can't answer
Every
phones,
time,
but
yeah.
he brings us a little
It's
treat.
such a
That's
low
it.
bar to establish him
right.
as like a savable character. But
Instead,
that
it's
doesn't
legit.
happen
He's
either.
dumb and he's just hot.
He's
That is
just
it.
hot. And he's,
He's
not,
not even necessarily nice or knows them.
Oh,
he is
well,
just
you took
hot.
a different direction. I was going to say
What were you
he's
gonna
not
say?
even his hottest. We know
Oh,
Chris
well.
Hemsworth can be hot. This is
Where's
not
that
his
picture of
hot.
He's just
him
not
getting ready to
Thor
be
huge.
Thor and he's
No,
like
he's just
8
not
feet
his-
wide?
Yeah,
He's-
right. Where's the Thor 2 one where it's him and Taika Waititi and his arm takes up the
Yeah.
other 30% of the
Is
picture?
the same as yeah, exactly.
No, I just you're absolute. There's no redeeming qualities to this character that they eventually try to save,
like
and
I
it's
just,
like
you have to make them likable. It's just like in
I mean-
The Office. Everyone hates Michael Scott, but why do they like him? Because he's like sensitive in certain situations,
does-
and
he cares. He cares about
Exactly.
people. He might
So
be
he-
a
Yes.
moron, but he
he's
cares
a
about
moron
people.
and a douchebag sometimes.
Oh,
but
he's
he
an
cares
asshole,
when it
especially in the
comes.
later seasons. I
But,
didn't
like,
like him
it's-
in the late ones.
Right. But it's that thing of like someone's birthday and he's like, why didn't you get a cake? Like that kind of thing. And you're like,
Right.
he cares enough.
Super simple
So
stuff.
that's why people like him. you
But, I
cannot
mean-
just have an hot idiot and people care.
Well, and you can counter argue. Well, the whole point here is
So
that we
mad.
want to.
Oh my God.
We want to establish that, like, well,
That's like a monster. That's not
it
even
does
like a
look.
person.
Look at his hand. Looks
What
like a
the
like a
fuck?
device.
Look at how huge
a
this guy.
tool.
And remember, Taika Waititi must be tall too, because I know Chris
I think
Hemsworth
he's in
is.
boots, right? To be Korg. Look
Oh,
at where his
maybe.
head's
Oh,
at.
okay.
Yeah,
We need to
his
look.
head's way above him.
Oh,
But like,
that's
even if
I feel like that's like messed up at this point.
even if you're making Kevin intentionally dumb to satirize old movies where you had a
I get
hot
that.
woman's reception, but that you're not making a point. You're
You
not
would only make a point if you're like, but his personality is what gets him. Like,
right.
That's it. You can't just do the same stereotype and then
can't-
be like, we hate this.
Yeah,
Okay.
that doesn't do
Like,
anything.
So I thought that
I
he was
ordered the
going
lobster
to be.
so that I could throw it in the garbage and prove that I hate it.
I was so
Okay,
disappointed in
Great
this.
job.
I was so
Yeah.
mad.
He's
Okay.
totally. Everybody in this movie is wasted. Every single
It's just
person.
so.
And I
So-
don't even think that. Anyway.
No,
Sorry.
Kevin's
Go
an
ahead.
idiot. So there is one funny part. So they're like, Kevin's also a little bit of an artist. Like he did he
Oh,
did some
this was
logos for
funny.
us.
This is
So
very
his
funny.
first logo is like if you drew like a ghost shape, right? And then you gave it like huge boobs because you were like, oh,
like-
it's women ghost fighters, right? But like that one's really funny. Like right
That
away they're
is-
like, oh my gosh, that's okay. Well, yeah. And he's like, or I could make the boobs bigger. And they're like, oh yeah, I kind of
And
noticed.
they're already huge.
And they're,
They're,
like already bigger
they
than the
take up
ghost.
the whole
Like,
image.
And I do
that's how
enjoy-
you satirize
yes,
like the women Ghostbusters thing.
exactly.
Like,
And I do enjoy that and be like, oh yeah, I didn't notice it.
right,
Yeah,
and
you're
how
right.
they
The
handle
boobs
it is
are like that's great.
realistic. Okay.
But then his
not
other
gonna happen,
logos are like, they didn't make them funny. The second logo was 7-Eleven.
I don't even.
So
remember
it's
what
like,
it is. Oh yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
and
not
then it was
funny.
like,
and then it's a hot dog over a house. And he's like, because, and I'm like, what?
the hot dog's floating because a ghost is eating the hot dog.
But it
or
wasn't
something.
fun.
Is the joke that he used clip art or
I don't know.
He's just dumb again. That's when it went to, okay, he's just dumb and he has no personality. The
Yeah.
first one's funny. Like, it is funny
It's
to be
funny
like, do you
because
like
he's
this
also trying to
lady
help.
ghost?
it seemed
Yes.
like a horribly miscalculated attempt.
Right, but it was
You
still
help them?
wholesome, and it wasn't just stupid.
You don't have an image of the big boot.
Yeah,
It's-
Ben, can you
I'll
find
see if I
that?
can
It,
find
that.
it reminded me of the X-Files episode with the Sasquatch.
Where
where
they're
What is
like, and
What is his name?
Kevin.
Kevin. And
I don't know
it's
what the last name
it's
was in
a
the
drawing
movie.
of Sasquatch where somebody drew. There's
Someone
no
was
other
like,
word
"Ugh."
but knockers. Just absolute.
And they're like female. And they just,
It's funny.
like,
'cause
can't
it's
you
just
tell?
insane.
Like,
Right.
you're like,
Right.
yeah, we got it. Okay, Joe. Like that. Like, gosh. Okay. So that one part was funny, and then quickly went to like, well, that's not funny. And
Yeah,
so
then
then
it burns any sort of goodwill it had right away.
did you find it?
There it is.
Okay. So if someone legit was like, do you guys like
I
it?
love the
And they
face.
came with this. See, this is funny when a stupid guy who's like, I'm a hot guy,
Right.
but stupid comes to you with this. That's funny because he's trying, right?
He's
Like
trying. The
he's
rest of
legit-
the movie, he doesn't
No.
try. He's just
stupid.
dumb.
he's
Right.
not
Like,
trying.
how do you answer a phone?
Yeah.
That's not a
I'm
joke.
like-
Right.
what
No,
do you-
even
you're
if
not
somebody's
that dumb.
stupid, they know how to answer a phone.
Like,
yeah.
so he gets the
Right.
job because he's the only one that applied.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Like nobody's that stupid.
Okay, where the fuck am I?
Oh, there's the hot dog one too.
But the
Oh.
hot dog one is not like.
It's not funny
It's
though.
not funny.
Did you find it though?
I did find it.
Can you want to show it at least?
Maybe
Yeah,
the
here,
7-Eleven
hold on, I gotta pull it
was
up.
funny in a different context.
But
But-
it wasn't him.
but there's
them
no
going,
setup
well, that's
for it.
already right. I don't know. So this is when Patty is like, yo, I got a ghost issue. It's down the subway. They go to look. When they get there, some guy's doing spray paint on the wall. And Patty's like, stop it. It's my job to stop you, whatever. And in the end, the guy's like, oh, you don't want me to draw this?
This
He
was
draws
so
the
dumb.
logo. It's
Yeah,
the
I
dumbest
hated
thing
this.
ever.
I
He's like, oh, you don't
hated
like
this.
Ghost? And he's like graffitiing the wall.
This
It was so stupid.
This
then
is
It's
chef's kiss, bad fan service.
And
right?
then when they
This is
go to
like-
leave, Holtzmann is like, that's pretty cool, and takes a picture with
Right.
their phone.
And
So dumb.
It
Which-
looks at it, and this is what they see.
Yeah, I wish. I wish.
See, like, wouldn't that be funny if during the whole movie they use
Right.
that?
If the logo like just got or worse
Like,
and,
what
and they're like,
yeah, it was like shitty.
Like they
and
can't get away from this being the
Yes.
logo.
I
That would have been
love it.
funny.
I would have loved that. But
Like for
you know,
some
the-
reason.
the news picks it up and the news uses this logo and
Yes,
so
and
they
they're
have
like-
to use it. Like that's
also-
that's hysterical. Like a
yes,
tongue in
and-
like
oh man. And even if they called them like the lady ghost because
Right.
of this, like if you call them that is funny knowing that they have to call them that because they're
if
like,
they
well, I
have
guess
to
we're
get- they
women,
have to
so it's like a,
escape this expectation.
yes.
Yeah.
That would be way funnier. Ah, damn it.
Big boot ghost. Man.
That was
That's
the
the
only
only funny
only time I think I laughed. The whole time I was like, I don't think I've laughed the entire movie, even during where they're like, I slipped on ooze again and shit. But okay, they go down the tracks to find the ghost again.
Oh my god, we gotta
why
move.
are we
gotta
on?
move.
I know, but why are we on subway tracks? Okay.
Yeah.
And not only are they on subway tracks, Holtzmann is like you know the carts you have in school when you're like, here's the computer
Yeah, she
gear
has
for the
a-
class, like a
she
full
has
on
a
cart
Subway
like-
track cart. So even if
full
they make
of
it
gear.
all alive,
So
this
let's
thing gets
pretend
hit.
we have like genius level gear just sitting on a subway track.
Right.
They go, the ghost pops up, it's like lighting up the place, all that shit.
Whatever.
Holtzmann's like, let's set up the gun. And Patty's like, hey, I think a subway's coming. We gotta get going soon. You can hear the horns. And they're just like, let's shoot this ghost.
Yeah.
If you're on a subway track,
can hear
and you
the
can hear
horn.
"Brr, brr," get the fuck out. Like, what are you doing? All their gear is there. All gear and them. Anyway, they start shooting the ghost, all this crap. They kind of have it like caught with the gun. They haul, I don't know, Erin back to the track so she doesn't get hit by the train. They're holding the ghost in the air. The subway comes through and hits the ghost.
And
it, like,
the
vomits
train
on them?
hits the ghost.
And then ooze goes
I'm
out
pretty
again.
sure that's not how
every
ghosts
train
work.
car that hits the ghost, more slime
And the
comes
ghost-
out
Yes.
for some reason.
Is in
Is he
the
gone?
train? No, it
don't
drives
know.
away and the ghost
Does he
is
go
like
in the train?
trapped in the last subway car. And you're like, listen,
Okay.
I'm not a paranormal
don't-
expert, although I can consider myself one.
I'm
That's
gonna
not
guess,
how
though.
ghosts work.
But also, they were like, I almost died. Yeah, why? All
Because
the
of
gear,
the
too.
train?
All the gear
Yeah.
destroyed by the train. That would be like thousands of dollars. Whatever. Okay.
Plus, like later, she mentions that each of the backpacks is like a mobile nuclear reactor.
So how'd we not do a
subway
bomb in the
train just hit
goddamn
a fucking-
subway?
yeah.
Right. And that's
Sorry, pardon
fine.
my
The
language.
whole
Imagine
thing.
if you were like, I would love to get a Ghostbusters tattoo, and you got this.
Oh, I thought you were going to show the big boob ghost again.
I was
I would
looking
get
to
the
see.
You had,
The big-
you're like,
Like,
whoa,
I want
I'm a Ghostbusters fan. Yeah, you need it on the, right in the
I was
bicep.
trying to find
Hey,
if somebody
man,
got a
don't mess with
tattoo.
me.
Man, you
Yeah.
need it's a shirt and it's like you can see the boobs kind of hanging out, like And you're like, oh, that's my Ghostbusters. You pull it up. Oh my
I
god!
just love Ghostbusters.
Please, dude, I love this.
I
movie.
forgot Rick Moranis is in the original Ghostbusters. He's like their nerdy friend.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love. Yep.
Because look at this. This is a cool tattoo. I could not find anybody who got a
Whoa.
tattoo of the big boobed Ghostbusters logo. This one's
someone
cool,
had
though.
to. Even that's a little spooky, though. Okay.
Yeah, why is Rick Moranis so big on there?
Yeah,
Okay.
why
Honey,
is
I
he-
Shrunk the Kids.
I don't know.
We gotta
Patty's
scoot.
hanging out in
We
the
gotta move.
office.
Right.
Patty essentially is like, I'm joining the club, bitches.
Ken and
Yeah,
I need
sure.
to shut up and let
Here.
you just continue.
Kevin is an idiot. This is my, like, we do 45 minutes right away. Patty gets them a car for the gear. It's her uncle's funeral hearse, whatever.
This was a fine joke.
Holtzmann is showing them all the gear in an alley. They're, like, trying it out, all that crap. Abby's bopping around the alley and doing weird shit. Now they're eating pizza and talking. And they talk about how they got interested in ghosts. And, okay, again, Erin is like, when I was 8 years old, this is her personality. Like a ghost showed up at the end of my bed, and it was there for like a year.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's it.
What the
That's the
fuck
whole
are you
story.
talking
I thought
about?
there was gonna. I
That's
thought they were
the whole
gonna
story. Never comes back. Has
Flashback?
nothing to do with anything.
like do a rug pull or something. Like this
Nope.
was a like she was Joe. She was talking
it.
so differently suddenly.
So
I thought it was like an
sincerely.
act.
Yeah.
That was it.
Nope.
That was the whole thing.
It was
That's it.
real.
And then it was like, that's it. And I wrote, I can't tell if they're trying to be serious or like funny. Like, I don't know what they're
It's
doing
neither.
right now.
It's neither serious nor funny.
And then I wrote, Erin's a loser / boring character.
She's so goddamn
She's
boring.
so boring. And then they talk about how Erin and Abby, they're like, we became best friends in college. Again, I don't know why. You guys are both so goddamn boring. So I don't. Okay. Creepy guy from all the other hauntings is going to a rock concert.
This-
Okay. So I said, I'm assuming he's going to
can
make
we-
a ghost pop up.
Sorry, I'm
My
gonna shut up.
We'll go
search,
quick,
We'll
my
do
go
this.
quick.
search
Don't
for
worry.
the big
We'll go
boobed
quick.
tattoo or big boob ghost as a tattoo is really gone sideways.
Good.
Like,
Send us what you have.
Yeah. What do you
Let
have?
Emily
I want to
talk.
see.
Just show us
Yeah.
what you got
Can you do a slideshow while I just tell?
while she goes through. Yeah.
Okay. The news
yeah,
calls
okay.
the Ghostbusters. Oh wait, they call them on the news the Ghostbusters, and they're like, "That's not our name," because our name's like the paranormal blah 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 18. Oh my god!
look at this one.
No.
Wait, look at on the right, the explore the best ghost. That one
Where?
above, no, yeah, the one you're on. Wait,
This?
go down. Yes,
No.
but
Like-
that one is hilarious. That one is
How
so
is there?
close
How is
to
there
the
not
shitty one.
a design
Like how
where
it's
the
like
red line
almost-
is her bra, where it's like
Yeah,
holding
right?
the breasts up?
Look at this guy. He's stepping out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The one where he's stepping out is so stupid.
Look at this.
Oh my god. I would love the one on the right.
Ugh.
I like how he's like giving the I will take that one.
It's a 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Dr. Heiss
Wait,
is a
hold on. Look at that blue
debunker.
guy in the middle. He's from Afterlife.
I tell you about that. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not
fuck?
that. I don't know what that is. That's like previs. Look at him
Muncher?
down there.
Assuming
to
on the right,
yeah,
like
his
to the
name's
right.
Muncher.
Oh, he looked
Yeah,
like this in
that's
the
him
end.
in the movie.
I
yeah.
like the previs.
That is like if someone's like, I got an idea.
What's
like,
this? A
in
class 5
studio.
metal muncher.
So Muncher is essentially the rebooted version of what's the green guy's name?
Slimer?
Slimer.
Slimer. And Muncher eats metal instead of Slimer. I don't know, slimes.
Slime and shit.
Holy shit!
Fuck is What?
Are we gonna get
How is
taken
that?
down?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm
What
sorry, that
was
first
that?
shot was not physically possible. That looked uncomfortable,
All
right?
This is really,
Yeah,
really
shut it
gotten
down.
off track.
All right. Emily, take us
I'm
home.
curious
I'll be right
enough
back.
to be like, what the fuck? Okay.
Not like it's going to be
On-
an article explaining why it looks that way.
Hold on. That's true. It's not in any way.
I'm
Gonna be
glad
like,
that this
well,
is now a video only
okay.
show. I do not have to explain for our audio only listeners what they missed.
Okay, Dr. Heiss is on the news. He's a debunker. It is Bill Murray. He is saying
Why
like they
is
cannot
he
be
in
real.
it?
I hate this. He's like they can't be real ghost hunters. All this shit. Anyway,
I thought he was going to be like, when he meets them, be secretly like,
Right.
used to be a
Hey,
hey,
Ghostbuster.
I used to
Hey,
be.
you're
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been way
but
better?
nope,
Again,
he just
I don't
was
know.
a
like, hey,
jerk.
back in
If
the
we
day.
have time, we'll talk about Afterlife, where Bill
Okay.
Murray also arrives.
Is he the same character as he is in this movie?
No, he
A
is not.
debunker? Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so in this, the theater calls them and they're like, there's a ghost here. Patty is like, I got outfits. okay, I guess we have everybody's size, whatever. Fall Out Boy, the band, does the worst version of the Ghostbusters song I've ever heard in my life as they drive over to the rock concert. Look it up. It's horrible. They're all packed up with their gear, their outfits, all the shit they had to the theater. They show up, and the guy is like, there was a ghost in the basement and all this crap. And he says, he makes some joke about, like, when I scream, it scares people or whatever. Anyway, they go to the basement to split up and look for the ghost. The band's playing upstairs. Okay. Abby's machine, this thing, starts going crazy. Starts going wild. And she's like, whoa, I think I found a ghost. A mannequin starts walking behind Patty. And she's like doing that turning thing like, what? Are you following me? Starts chasing her, starts attacking her. They shoot it. It is a dragon ghost, which is fine. It just, I don't know. For this movie seems weird.
Like,
Anyway.
why is it all of a sudden a weird dragon thing?
It's like a video game dragon. It starts flying all over. It oozes through the vents, all that shit. Shows up on stage. Everyone, of course, thinks it's like just a part of the show. It like attacks the main singer, but everyone thinks it's normal and all this crap.
It does. They don't do a good job of selling us on that. The audience thinks it's a part of the show. Like,
well,
I was
kinda
confused.
Like, woo, but
They don't
I
really.
get it at first, but if the lead singer got picked up and thrown, I think you'd be like, well, hold up. Like, you wouldn't just be like, the whole time.
Right.
So when that happens, the guy at the beginning who was like, oh, I scream like a girl or whatever, he screams, and it's like a legit 5-year-old girl screaming.
Like they put the audio clip of a girl.
And again, that is the joke. It is. I feel like we need to bring this back up for when Ken comes back, because it is so bad. Anyway, Patty falls, like they're all running around trying to shoot the ghost, all shit. When she gets back up, the ghost, like this picture, is on her shoulders, like it is a parrot perched on you,
Now,
right?
Did you find this scene
Fucking
odd?
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the way that she was acting
So
was odd.
everyone is silent. It's a rock concert. Everyone's silent. She's silent, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna head home. And she's being all weird, and they're also quiet. And the ghost is just sitting on her shoulder. Like, if you don't, I don't know what they're going for. Is it like if you don't move too fast, it doesn't get spooked?
I didn't get the impression that she
I wasn't
was
quite sure what was going on.
acting a certain way because there was a ghost on her shoulders. To me, it seemed like the ghost was like controlling her mind. She wasn't.
I don't know what was going on.
I don't know exactly, but she certainly wasn't acting like, hey, there's a ghost on my shoulder, so everybody just be cool. I'm going to take it easy so it doesn't kill me.
Yeah, she kept being like, I'm going to go.
She was acting this like weird way that I didn't understand at all.
Man, Ken.
What are we talking
Wait,
about?
Ken.
When at the concert, when the ghost is on her shoulders, she's acting odd. She like it wasn't acting like, oh, there's a ghost on my shoulder, ha ha ha. Like it was more like, she, I don't know. She was acting like she was like mind controlled by the ghost or something. It was super weird.
She was like, I don't want to know if there's a ghost on my shoulders, and
Oh,
everyone's
it was
watching
more-
her and shit.
You know what
and
it
you're
was?
like,
It was more like it's the classic. He's standing right behind me, isn't he? Right.
but
It was more like the ghost was behind her instead of on her.
But
and
she's
she
like
was kinda
walking
like-
away, and it's like perched on her, and you're like, is this a joke? I don't know
Would
what we're
it not
doing.
just kill her? I don't under. Anyway, this whole
yeah,
scene
like,
is stupid.
I
It's
don't
dumb.
know.
Did
Okay,
we get
the
to
other
the
thing
Fall Out
I'm-
Boy version of the song yet?
Yeah, that happened on the way here to the rock concert. The other
Don't.
thing
Go
is
listen
when
to
the-
it so you can
it's
never
so
listen
bad.
to it
It
again.
is so bad.
Like it's atrocious.
It is horrible. The other thing, though, is the like guy in charge of the theater is like, my scream, blah blah blah, and then when the ghost comes out, he screams, and it's like the audio of like a 5-year-old girl. Again, it's not a joke. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the
No,
guy who's
but,
like,
I mean-
he was like, people say my scream is really
At
spooky
this-
or like
honestly,
whatever.
when this concert scene started, I was
Yeah.
so turned off just because
So when
of
the
lead
ghost
singer
comes
and
out,
everything.
he screams, and it's like the
Okay.
audio of like a 5-year-old girl screaming, and it's that thing
Sure,
again where you're
classic.
like,
Love
why-
it. Mm.
we're
That's
doing
the joke I
jokes like
wanted.
it's exactly.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
joke I was looking for.
So that's where you're like, okay, we're good. Anyway, they try
Is
to
this
shoot
for
the
kids?
ghost.
Maybe
I
this
don't
is
know.
for kids.
But it's,
I don't know. Maybe.
But it's not. It wouldn't. I feel like half of it wouldn't make sense.
Maybe it
Right?
would. Maybe it would land, right? There's not a lot going on.
I mean, I don't know. All the characters
It's
suck.
certainly not for
Well,
us.
Everyone in the everyone at the concert.
I think this might be for kids.
It's.
That's my.
Why is it not
that's
even
my,
good for kids? I don't know.
I'll make my
Maybe-
kids watch it
I
tomorrow.
was gonna say have your
We'll
kids
see.
watch it. Be
Report
like, guys,
back.
sit down. They shoot the thing, they trap it, it gets in the box, everyone's excited. Here's the kind of things that aren't for kids. They look off screen the camera, Ozzy Osbourne's there, and he's like, Sharon, I'm having a flashback. And you're like, what are you doing? Why are you here? This has nothing to do with
cares?
Ghostbusters. Is this supposed to be like, you guys, we gotta start? Like, what are we doing?
Wow.
And it's like,
Okay.
with all due respect, Ozzy Osbourne is not doing anything, right?
Oh God, he hasn't been
not
doing
a
anything
hard
since
get.
like no.
Pretty sure I could get him for a bar mitzvah. Not a hard get, right? Like,
Should we get him on the podcast?
Hey, would
Fan
do
of the
it.
show.
I feel
Ozzy
like he would
Osbourne?
show.
He's
These
up,
days?
him and Ryan Reynolds. We're gonna do a round circle.
God,
Round
I
table.
need to start just emailing weird people. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try it. Okay.
I mean, not gonna happen if you don't try.
Right.
Oh man. Okay.
What's gonna happen?
Okay.
They say no.
Yeah,
what-
worst case scenario.
Okay. I need to start emailing. If anyone has connections, let me know. Everyone's excited in the news. The creepy guy's at a diner being a creep, talking to himself, all this shit.
I
Okay.
hate this scene because he's just
Being a creep?
reciting plot exposition. There's nothing in the movie so far. I don't
Who's
know.
gonna
Sharon,
translate?
is Sharon still
Yeah,
around?
maybe Sharon can be available at the time.
No, the scene he's supposed to be creepy and he's drawing a circle or a dick or whatever on a piece of paper over and over.
Wouldn't that be funnier if he was drawing like a
What if he was
dick
just like
on shit?
drawing penises? Sure. I mean, at this point,
At least
I
that
would
would
laugh.
be like somewhat, yeah, right?
But he's like, what does he say?
He's like the vortex, bring them to the next.
Break the
I don't
barrier,
know, level.
get the
yeah,
vortex.
whatever.
And it's such
Summon the penises.
right. Draw the penis, open the vortex.
That's the thing,
break
though.
the
You're
barrier.
like, what genre are we doing? What are you doing? You doing like
there's
what comedy?
there's no setup for this. There's no. All you got to do is throw 30 seconds at the beginning of the movie where he's like,
Something.
a ghost comes to him and says, "Draw the penis, break the vortex, open the barrier, whatever."
Can we get,
Right, you know, remember
can
when
we
the- do you
please, hold on. Can we please get a t-shirt that says draw the penis?
And
break
it's
the
that guy,
barrier, open the vortex. Or whatever. Can you imagine
And it's
having
that
on
guy
the back?
like eyes wide,
On
like
the back. Make him a teacher, draw the penis, break the vortex. I'm sorry. Okay.
Sorry, I'm like.
break the barrier, open the vortex.
Anyway,
But
it's,
you're right,
It's
Okay,
like
in
someone
the-
please
the
make
most-
me that shirt.
it's the most
in the beginning of the movie,
stereotypical
It would
garbage.
take 2 seconds. 2 seconds to be like, boop, 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 we got it. We're
Right,
good.
like in the beginning of the movie when it's scary, show him planting that electrical device.
Or
Well,
what I want to
yes,
see
just
is a
something.
malevolent force using him as a tool. And you
Yeah,
never
right.
see that in this movie.
But-
Right, where did he
okay,
get this
but-
idea? How did he learn these
but
things? Why does he know how to do this?
He learned
Why
the
does he
things
want an
from the
apocalypse?
ghost book. But the thing is,
So
while,
he can be a big ghost who gets kicked in the nuts?
I don't know. But while he's at the diner doing his plans, you overhear the waitresses.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to.
and they're like, I don't want to deal with the creeper. He's a weirdo. And they're like, well, I don't want to deal with
It's
him.
your
He's a
turn."
psychopath. And that's when you're like, so hold on. You're telling me he's doing this because girls don't like him because he's creepy? AKA, he's just a guy who hates girls because, like, the whole.
But also, is he possessed or is
I
he
don't-
just
I think he's just a
I think he's just
nerd
mean.
that is mad that
just a
girls don't
butthurt
like
nerd?
him.
Yeah.
Imagine if when he turns into the big ghost at the end, it was the big boobed one.
Oh my.
Wouldn't this-
Yeah,
Also,
but like
can we get t-shirts
honestly,
with that
take
on
10
it?
seconds and like he's like
God damn it.
swinging them around. I
Like,
would have
that would be
laughed my
funny.
ass
Okay.
off.
That would have been funny.
Well, again, pick a genre.
But-
what are we
Well,
doing
and
when
that's-
it comes to comedy? If you
that's-
do that, we could be great.
Sure. And that's a sign of a big, we
I
joke.
like that's a bigger.
That's a bigger, that's
That's a bigger thing.
it's a
we
sign
have
of
to deal
a
with.
bigger issue with this movie. There's no setup and payoff, right?
No.
There's no setup, there's no payoff. The story never swings this way or that way.
Okay.
No, I mean,
sorry.
I'm being genuine. The hand motions are just for laughs.
Right.
There's no.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
The villain guy doesn't have a motivation. The main characters don't
no
have
one,
motivations.
no one does.
That's
There's-
true. Why are they
There's
ghost hunters?
No personality. There's no
They
motivation. There's
literally
no nothing.
don't have
And-
anything else to do.
That cheesy 5-second story from when she was a kid does not count.
Doesn't
There
come
is
up.
no motivation for anybody. There's
because all she
nothing.
says is, "I saw
Nobody
like, a
is
ghost of
doing
my
anything
neighbor."
for any reasons. Why does the mayor want to cover up the Ghostbusters so
Okay,
bad?
hold up. Okay, let me
I
get
don't
through some
know.
of this really quick. Hold on. Everybody, hold on.
I don't know.
Okay, they're back at the office. They're excited because they just
Why does
got
the
through.
mayor? Sorry.
They just got through catching a ghost at the
Want to
concert.
cover up?
Cover up.
Honestly, though, instead of whatever stupid giant ghost they did at the end, if it was the big boobed ghost,
Wouldn't that been good?
I might give this whole movie
But-
a pass.
Wouldn't it have been so
because
funny if Kevin
she's
was like,
just
I
like-
knew it, or something?
Right,
but
like,
what
Right,
if-
because he
saw
was in
it.
Kevin's
If it
head.
was like,
Remember, he
yes,
took
like
his
he
body,
just
so
said-
now
He
Yes.
gets possessed at the end. Oh my god! And it's just like
And it's like,
Just-
when it's
because
smashing
the
buildings.
villain
as they're swinging
tries to bring back the ghost logo, but because he's in Kevin's body,
Yes.
it's the
It's
big
that
bold one.
one. Yes. So yeah, his best version of it is Kevin's version,
Right.
and it's like swinging and knocking down
well, because
buildings and shit.
That's what that whole joke is like. What's the original movie? It's like think
I'm
of
so
something
mad
that
right
can't
now.
harm you, and he thinks
Yeah,
of the
like
Stay
the-
Puft Marshmallow Man. Yeah.
Marshmallow guy. Yeah.
Whereas, like, if the guy took control of Kevin, he's like, think of the most terrifying thing you've ever thought of.
And it's that
And he thinks-
logo. And it's even the like clip art eyes and the
Right.
mouth, right? It's
got
like
a
the
big
same
dark
shit.
line around.
Yes.
Right? It's
And it's
just
like
a big.
knocking down buildings and shit. God damn it. I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. Why? Ah! Okay. Okay.
If,
Um,
am I wrong? If you want to make it like a, I don't know what the point of this movie is, to be honest. I don't know why this got made.
That's the point. The point is someone said this should be done with women. And
Yeah, but like,
that's it. That was as far as they went. That's it.
am I dumb or ill-informed or uninformed by saying I think the big boob logo is more in line with what they wanted to do?
No, I feel like
Is
that
that-
would be better because it like I
It's
totally
over the
agree.
top,
I agree.
right? It's
And
sort of
that's the point, right? And it's also changing things to the point to be like shit can be
yeah.
like
This is just as
right?
dumb when it's a big.
this is
boob
just
ghost.
as insane as the puff
The original.
marshmallow. Yes, exactly. I don't
But we're not buster heads, so we don't. We're not busters. Like I
Oh
never.
my God. I feel like the director didn't even see Flip It. Whatever. Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh wait, they're back at the office. They're very excited because they caught that dragon or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh yeah.
So they caught it
Stupid
in
dragon.
the canister, and they're like, "We're gonna study it." Which I'm like, I don't know
Oh,
how you
this
do that,
scene
but
is
whatever.
so stupid.
It's so stupid. Okay,
This
so
might be
Bill-
the dumbest part
this
of the
is
movie.
really dumb. Bill Murray comes. He's the debunker, and he's like, "Did you guys really think you could pretend to catch ghosts?" He's a douchebag. Okay. And he's like, then show me the ghost. And Erin right away is like, then I'll prove it. I'll show you the ghost. And Abby and everyone else is like, don't fucking let the ghost out.
Yeah.
You can't. Look,
moron.
they finally caught a legit ghost. Don't let it out of the canister. And she's like, no, you're right. And then she like hits the thing and lets the ghost out to prove to
Like,
some random guy that she's
if-
legit.
But he
If
has
you-
never in the past like given her a hard time. We've not established that
No.
she really needs to prove something to this guy ever.
Well,
And it's
like we
also
talked
not
about
a-
earlier,
yes,
if she
it's-
had a chip on her shoulder,
Exactly.
this makes sense. But they
Right.
have
So
not
annoying.
established that she needs to prove herself.
Right?
Apparently,
it
we
wasn't
need
like
the 4-hour version of this movie.
it wasn't like at the college they were like, can you actually show that you deserve to be here or
listen.
anything like that?
Replace
Nothing.
Bill Murray with the dean of the school she was at, the dean of Columbia. He walks in, he says, all right, you've got the ghost, prove it to me.
Yeah, show me.
Or Bill Murray was the one who got her
Yeah,
fired because he was
recast
in the
it.
dean's ear.
Something. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? He was like,
Make
hey,
Bill
this is a
Murray-
bunch of crazy stuff.
Make Bill Murray the dean,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
And then he
Why
shows
not?
up and he says, okay, prove it to me. And then he sort of gets his comeuppance.
Right?
And she also proves her point. I
Yes,
can't-
yes. I like where you're going. I like that idea.
No, instead, and Abby is even like, what are you doing? What are you trying to prove to
It's
some
the
random guy? What are you
dumbest
doing?
move on earth.
She's like, we caught a legit ghost. Don't do something stupid. And she's like, you're right. And then she opens it because
And she kills a stranger.
so yeah, the ghost
For
it's
no
the dragon
reason.
ghost. It flies out the window and grabs Bill Murray on the way and like I guess kills him. I don't know.
I
Does it?
assume he's dead. He never shows up
He
again.
never shows back up.
But
don't know.
if Bill Murray is the dean and he fires her for believing in ghosts,
So much better.
he
And they're like,
comes back
prove
and
it
says,
if you
"You
want to
know
come
what?
back.
You know, all right, I'm going to give you one chance because I think you're talented, you're smart. This is a totally different movie because she's not talented or smart. But okay, she proves her point and he dies. That's sort of like okay, all right.
Something?
Now we're on board with Erin. Anyway,
No, I don't.
doesn't
I
get her
don't know
job
why
back
she.
because the dean's dead, but
Still,
it's not bulletproof.
okay. When they're outside because Bill Murray died or whatever, the police are talking to her, and all of a sudden they're like, the mayor wants to talk to you and all this shit. I like how my autocorrect changed it to major every time, and so in my notes it's the major. Anyway, they go talk to the mayor. I thought he was bad guy 101. First of all, he's a
Yeah, he's
nobody.
very slimy.
Again, I don't know why. I don't know why he's in this.
But
No,
He is like,
who's
wow,
that
it's really-
actor? That actor is very
Ben, you're the research.
I'm on it,
guy.
baby.
he's
is
got a lot of
always
gravitas.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of,
What else is he in too? He's in a ton of stuff like that.
and I like his
Ben?
assistant
Ben?
is Cecily Strong, who I think is one
Which-
of the most underrated SNL cast members
But
of
again-
all time.
Again, though, someone who said, "Let's get SNL in here," and you go, "Is this a big skit? I don't know what we're doing."
And
Whoa, what
she's
was that?
doing her best, but it's like a total misfire.
But it's like a weird act again, where you're like,
Yeah,
"You're not
she's doing sort of like
acting,
a-
you're doing a skit."
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, the mayor is like, "You're doing
I
great.
mean-
Here's Homeland Security. They're helping out." And they're like, "Stop it. You're freaking everyone out. Stop what
this
you're
is-
doing.
yeah,
Whatever." Which, again, I thought he was the bad guy. I thought he was like, "I'm going to do a plan."
Yeah, maybe he would come in and be like, "No, this is my plan. I'm gonna
He's not. He's
Nope.
legit a dumb mayor.
just a dumb mayor."
What? Okay.
Is that how the first movie goes? Is the
I don't
first
remember.
Ghostbusters movie maybe just okay?
I
But
don't
the thing
know.
was, it was
Sorry,
good
Buster heads.
because at the time it was like the first thought
Sure.
of that.
Yes.
It was the first idea, and it was
Novelty
funny,
will carry you a long way.
right? And it
Yeah.
was funny because it was like little jokes here and there. You can't throw
You
comedians in
can't
the room
just
and go
do
be
the
funny.
same shit again.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, they head out to like be like, we got to stop this dragon guy. I don't know, whatever. They figure out and head to a building and whatever where they think it's gonna be. The receptionist is the original one from the original Ghostbusters, who is Annie Potts, so Janine Melnitz.
Oh, is that
I
who
don't
that
know.
is?
So was the
There's
original from...
There's sort of like a pause on her, and it happens with Bill Murray and her and Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd,
Spoilers,
yeah.
and whoever the first guy is. Who's the fourth Ghostbuster?
Ernie Hudson is
Ernie
his
Hudson.
name.
There's sort of and having not really seen the first Ghostbusters, I'm like,
well, like,
why are we pausing?
Yeah, I
this
recognize
for
her,
a plot?
but
He's
still,
the casino owner in Ocean's 11.
That's what it is.
That's probably what you're thinking of. He's also in Godfather.
He's lots of things.
Part
but
3.
In Ocean's 11.
No. Andy Garcia,
mayor.
the mayor.
Oh yeah, okay,
He
yeah.
is the
Andy
guy
Garcia's
who's like,
in a lot of
don't
stuff.
fuck with my casino.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
the guy
very,
talking. Yes.
He has a presence. I
Yes.
feel like, yeah.
Right when he's like, don't fuck with my casino, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Like,
I was sent on a mission. I just
No,
completed it.
you
My
nailed
apologies.
it. You nailed it because okay, now I know.
Okay, they go into a hotel. They go into a room and they find Creeper Guy, the guy who hates women or whatever.
Oh,
and
boy.
there are like portraits and frames and there's like ghosts banging on the frame, all this shit.
Oh yeah, whatever.
And they go to shut him down, okay? And then he essentially suicides it to be like, I'm going to electrocute myself and all this crap. And then they immediately go shut down his whole, it's a, mad scientist device, the whole thing.
Sure.
And you're like, well, that shut down a little too easily. Okay. Then they find out that he was reading the book that Abby and Erin wrote. And so then Erin's going through the book later. And she finds out on all the pages, there's a ton of creepy drawings and all this stuff of him taking over. First of all, this guy's a true artist. I'm going to tell you right now.
Got
He's
talent.
really good drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Right away,
sketch
I'm on
artist.
go, wouldn't you be like, wow, these are like really good. Like,
Super impressive.
really good at drawing.
And that's
Anyway.
an easy joke to make. Like, just say,
Wouldn't
"Wow,
it be if it was like super good? Yes. Again.
oh my God. Well,
Damn it.
you have one character say, like, oh my God,
Wow,
these are terrifying.
those are really good.
And you
Yes.
have the other character say, I thought they were really good.
Yeah, these are
Right?
really good. Like something
I just think they're beautiful.
over your shoulder being like, wow, those are great. And you're like, they're not mine. Like God damn it. Okay.
Did you draw this? This is terrifying and beautiful.
Wouldn't that be great? Also, whenever
Like,
psychopath killers have like these detailed
we
drawings that you're
start-
like, this is like a cartoon. Okay.
We need to start a script
Sorry.
reviz business
Right.
called Star Magic Jackson Jr. Incorporated.
And
And-
Friends.
It's and Friends Incorporated and,
And
Friends.
Friends.
I don't think that's a legal entity, but sure.
Yeah, Ken is like the legal team on this.
I think it has to be and Friends LLC, but sure.
That's fine. We'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, so the next part. So
Like, we
Erin's
could
at
fix
home.
so many scripts.
Oh my god! Everything could have been done. I know. Erin's at home and she's like, "Oh my god!" In the book, Abby is back at the Chinese place, whatever, where their office. She's alone, and all of a sudden, like shit starts getting creepy, noises and all stuff. Which I wish the whole movie was more ghosty, but whatever.
I think I wish it was creepier. I wish it
Yeah.
was scarier. Yeah.
And so, like, shit comes out of the sink, all this crap. Essentially, you find out that creepy guy, Rowan is his name, the guy who hates women, is a ghost. And he comes out of the sink and goes into Abby. Which,
Oh, that's
I don't-
right. Yep.
I don't know,
Okay.
is he just betting on he can do this when he dies?
I don't know.
Okay.
Him killing himself makes no sense.
He was just like,
At any
I'll
point.
be stronger when I'm dead.
I guess
And
I'll be a ghost.
Okay. Is that like a, for sure, 100%
No, I
thing?
Walk us through this because I want to identify an extreme discrepancy.
Okay. So Abby's acting real fucking weird, right? Mm-hmm. She comes out and starts smashing all their gear. And Holtzmann's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I
And
do
all this
like,
crap.
though, that when she is first acting weird, Holtzman
Yeah.
is like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is like, they're
Yes.
like nose to nose. And she's like, you want your sandwich? Like, they're like
Yeah.
right
She's-
there.
She's just going with it.
Which
Right,
right
right.
away you're like, okay, so Holtzman's
you
a
hungry?
creep in real life is what we're getting at. But, and she's like, hey, you cool? And they're like, nose to nose. And she's like, hey, But then she starts smashing all the gear. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? She grabs Holtzmann and holds her out the window and all this crap. And then while Patty's attacking her, try to help Holtzmann, Abby's neck is going in 360 and
But
all this
even
shit where
this-
I'm like, can you, I don't know, can ghosts make your body just
She
do
flies
whatever
up and is
yeah, she's
perpendicular to the
all
ground
this
or
crap.
whatever. Parallel.
But also
Which
they're
we're gonna
holding
get there.
they're
Doesn't
holding a
make
person
any
out the
sense.
window like they're
Yeah. It
10
doesn't
pounds.
make any sense that Rowan takes over Kevin later and feels suddenly empowered.
That's true.
Yeah, when he had ghost power strength.
He had ghost
Abby.
powers, and then he gets what?
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth powers? That's not.
Which again, are you trying?
Hated.
They're trying to make a joke that they're like, he looks so good and he's so
Right.
strong,
But it's not.
and you're like, but it's
you were
not.
stronger as Abby.
Abby's fucking head could spin 24.
I just none of those jokes land. None of the jokes where he's
I'm not
like,
sure
why
what's
didn't
a
I?
joke and what's
Funny
supposed to be
because-
scary.
But when he's in Chris Hemsworth's body and he's like, I guess I should have worked out a little more when I was alive. It's like,
Again,
shut up, man.
every
You
joke
have
is like it's a
spectral
male and
powers.
female, it's
yeah.
God damn it, I can't think of the word. It's a thing where you're like,
Dichotomy, I guess. I mean,
I
that's
don't.
an
It's a
over-
thing though of being like, it's the same as if you're like the receptionist was like, I'm too hot in my high heel. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? If you're trying to be like, oh man, women can do this too. Why are you making it just about
Well,
sex?
it doesn't
in
make any
that- like,
sense
in
for
that
him
way.
to go to Chris Hemsworth's body because based on
Right.
ghost
Unless
It doesn't make any sense.
unless going into Kevin's body also puts him a sliver in Kevin's mind. And he
And then
can
he
only
gets
form the
big
big
boob.
boob ghost.
Boob.
Yes, God, we
Only if
fixed the ending.
We did it.
Oh my god!
I feel like
Can
I
you-
need
Shut
to
down the
contact
stream.
some
Hold
fucking
on, no,
directors.
Turn it off.
I want
I'm so
total-
mad.
I
I'm
want
so mad
complete
about this.
silence.
Okay.
I want everybody watching. I want you to just imagine
Close
that
everybody.
logo.
Wait, everybody, close your eyes. Close your
Right.
eyes.
And but the logo is sort of like it's not quite 2D, but it has distinct lines. And instead of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or the Statue of Liberty, the Statue of Liberty,
The statute.
statue's a real thing. It's just a big old busty ghost. And maybe she's kind of slow because of the weight of the knockers. I'm sorry.
They're like
Right.
hitting buildings.
Right,
That's
but
okay.
there's like
That
a
would be so funny if it's like, and they're
Right.
like knocking out.
you have to
Fun.
you have to telegraph the weight of the breasts. Because
That's what's funny
you slam
about
into
it.
one building and then she's
it's like-
she's
She
at
has
a
to swing the
disadvantage,
other way.
right?
Exactly.
No, because the knockers are sort of over here.
Oh,
like
okay.
Way up here past her head.
Pass right. How?
But that's the scary part is
Thank
like
you,
it's
Emily.
like a
What are
Right.
we
the
doing?
fear is that it's like a
Thank you,
wrecking
Emily,
ball.
for getting that.
Whoa!
There, it's
How long are they at this?
I don't
It's like
know.
a wrecking ball.
It's essentially two arms. That's fine. I'm fine with that. The fact that if they did, man, it would be great if when he went in Abby, it's a different scenario, and when he went in Kevin, it is
Sure. Sure.
come
Yep.
on.
All
Is
right.
there different versions of it? Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Where are we jumping ahead to
don't,
this?
We're not.
No,
talking
hold
about
on,
this.
hold on, hold
This
on,
is
hold on.
totally unnecessary. These Slimers in this
God,
movie,
where am I?
just like Bill Murray and
Okay.
Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson, there's no reason to have any of them in this
Okay.
movie.
I'll run through some of it. Okay, Erin at this point, Abby is a psychopath because she has the ghost in her. Patty slaps the ghost out of her, which is stupid.
Yeah,
It
apparently
goes
that's a
into
power.
Kevin. You can just slap it right out. It goes into Kevin, who's down below. He motorcycles away. Erin runs into
Why
a
does he
restaurant.
have a motorcycle?
It doesn't make
Whatever.
sense.
And the whole him getting on a motorcycle is the whole joke.
And
It's
he's
like
in a
a-
Ghostbusters uniform for some
Yeah,
reason?
he's in like a suit. It doesn't make. He
But
was
then
like,
he's
hey,
not
I
in it
got a
later.
new- whatever.
He's not in it later, though.
No,
And
he
again-
like takes it off and
It's him being like, I'm a Ghostbuster too. No, nobody likes you because you have no personality. You're not. You're just dumb. There's no. Anyway.
Kind of would have been fun if he was a Ghostbuster for a little bit longer than 1 second.
Erin runs into a restaurant
then-
to tell the mayor to like help her out, and
Oh, this is stupid.
everyone,
Like, she...
okay. Everyone is acting like she's
skip this
crazy,
whole scene.
and
Skip-
the
no,
whole
yeah.
scene has no point. It does not need to be in the movie. It,
When they... But
She
they're
doesn't
like...
help.
Oh, she
He's
thinks
not
those
an
are
evil
sliding glass
guy.
doors, the windows. It's like,
not
this is
funny.
supposed to be some sort of tenured Columbia physicist. She doesn't think
dumb.
windows are sliding
doesn't
glass doors.
understand doors. Yeah.
And
Yep.
and the whole thing is, I was like, well, maybe because he's the evil. He's not. So
He's not.
I don't know why. I don't know
Right.
why we did the scene.
Right.
It's like
Yep.
5 minutes of we don't need this.
The whole
You're
the
right.
whole mayor storyline has
Cut it.
no
Cut it.
effect.
you
cut
can
the
cut
whole
the
thing.
whole goddamn
Cut the whole thing. They don't overcome the mayor holding them back. He doesn't cut their funding.
doesn't do
He
anything.
doesn't impede their operations.
He legit
And he
does
doesn't-
nothing.
He doesn't.
He
give
doesn't
them
help. He
funding
doesn't
at
do
the end.
negative. He's not
they don't-
positive, negative, nothing.
He's
Nothing.
he's not an obstacle to overcome. Like the mayor serves
Zero purpose.
Zero purpose.
Zero. Totally zero. Not even like, well, no, nothing. Okay, Kevin's heading back to the old lair that Rowan had, okay, in the hotel or whatever. He gets the machine up and running. We're good to go. He turns everything back on. Ghost booming out.
Right, they come out of the
Million-
TVs.
Bazillions of
Slamming.
ghosts, okay?
ghosts come out of the
Which-
TVs.
His whole point is like, I'll let ghosts out because like women don't like me or some shit.
Oh.
Can I just point out?
Anyway.
What on earth was the point of the bad guy killing himself only to come back to the exact same room as Chris Hemsworth
Yeah.
and turn on the machine that was already on when he killed himself?
Well, that was the other thing. They turned it off. It was like, did anybody unfucking plug this
Because-
shit? Like, what are
no.
we doing?
Because if he was alive, he couldn't summon the big boob ghost.
It makes sense in the 4-hour cut.
I want someone.
It would be.
I
I'm
want
so
somebody
mad
to
about
reboot
this.
movie as the movie
With the
we've
big boob.
described and just call it Busters.
Right, and but
Sounds
same
like a
all the same
porno.
actors playing the
Get
same roles.
Everybody's coming back. We're doing
Okay.
the
We're
same.
gonna reshoot it.
Buster sounds like a porno.
A lot
though.
of it
You're
we
like,
don't
did
have
you
to
see
reshoot.
Ghostbusters? You're like, no,
It's PG.
but I saw Buster.
PG.
It's not PG.
It is.
It's
There's
PG.
no nipples on
I
the
guess
giant
that's
ghost
true. That's
boobs.
true.
PG.
The original Bay Ghostbusters, the original
Oh
Ghost
my
Breakers, the
gosh.
The
original
I
ghost
love-
bay.
I love Busters.
Bay caught Bay slipping.
Okay. Okay, Erin's being a douchebag. Kevin's heading for the old lair. I said that. Okay, Erin's running around telling people to like get away, which whatever. Shut up, Erin. Okay.
Bay caught me slipping. Haven't seen that in a while.
Like I said,
That's a
there's
good one.
millions of ghosts. There's also like most of them are ghosts, people. Some are rats, which I'm like, because we're in New York, I guess. I don't. There's a woman who's like rat ghosts, and you're like, well, are we doing like all? I don't know what we're doing. Anyway, the main three, so not Erin, get in the car. They're like, we gotta do something about this. And they try to catch a taxi. It's Dan Aykroyd. My computer
Again.
said Dan Aykroyd in a really weird spelling.
Who cares?
I didn't notice that it was
He's a
Dan
taxi
Aykroyd.
In
driver.
a
and he-
totally
and-
meaningless cameo.
Yes, and he's like, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, and he drives off, and you're like, okay, we got it.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need it. When they get to, I don't know, downtown, like Times Square, Slimer pops up. He's eating a bunch of shit. What's
Okay,
new?
here we go.
Here
Now
he
I
is.
can pull it up.
He grabs her car, takes it away.
Comes
right?
out of a hot dog
He
cart,
drives it off. He's
obviously.
got a 1960s girlfriend, I guess. I don't. I
Is
just
she
hate
from like Ghostbusters 2 or something? And
I don't think she's from
no.
anything.
No.
But I hate the way they did them. I would rather you do old fashioned slime. Like,
Why does she have lips? Like, why is there a
why does she
Slimer
have a fucking
lipstick?
60s bow and crap? Whatever.
why does
Okay.
any ghost look like
While
that?
they are downtown, the ghosts all of a sudden are like, I don't know what we're doing. There is a ghost parade, and by that I mean a Macy's Day parade.
A literal
Yeah.
parade.
Of ghost balloons.
Why? Like what?
But what ghost is like, I'll make myself into a
I'm
giant
a
Snoopy.
balloon!
Yeah.
Like what?
Why?
I don't know.
So then they're like, let's kill these ghosts. What is
Yeah.
this?
They caught me slipping.
Okay. As soon as I saw his
In a
feet, I was like,
suit.
oh,
He's
I know what this
asleep in a
is.
suit. An
Good night for-
ill-fitting suit.
Oh my
Maybe it
God.
fits him well. I don't know.
Love
Um,
him. Good
down.
night from us.
I love this. I love the one of the girl who's like parallel to the ground. It's like Bay caught me slipping.
No,
She's,
that's
like,
caught
falling.
Bay slipping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big difference. Big difference.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're
I'm
getting
such
confused.
an idiot. I'm getting so confused.
Friend of the pod, Lauren, has a caught Bay slipping photo.
It's so true.
You are.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We are side. This, you know what? This is the new
8
D list.
sidebars?
It's
Just
sidetracks.
Yep.
Nobody watches this. This is for
It's just
us.
called the side. Oh, that's fine. That's the only reason I do it. Okay, there's a ghost parade, but in this are like, let's get them. Can we kill ghosts? No, I don't know what we're doing.
they
Emily,
can
you're
get
thinking of
hit
this.
by-
Caught
yeah.
Bay slipping.
Yes.
Oh my god. If I ever saw a
Oh my
hip
God.
being broken, that's it. Like that's a total
I know, right? It
shattered
goes from
hip.
like it's funny to now I'm like,
Ooh.
okay. They shoot a bunch of like Macy's Day Parade ghost balloons.
They're balloons.
I don't.
Whatever.
But the thing is, when they
I
shoot
mean,
them, they
it's-
disappear, and you're like, well, I don't. Can we kill
Well-
them now? I don't.
well,
What are we doing?
I think what's weird about it is they shoot the proton pack or whatever at these ghost balloons, and the ghost balloons pop. But aren't
That's
they
what-
ghosts?
So like, do
I
they
don't
fly
know.
out?
Are
What
the
we
balloons
doing?
ghosts or are they the ghosts' balloons?
I don't know. And there's
I-
some
I
that are
think
like
it's a-
giant ghosts. I don't. What
It's-
are we doing? I
They're
don't.
going
I
for the
don't know.
Marshmallow Man effect, which I get.
Well, and one of them is that at the end, and they get smushed on the ground until Erin comes and like
Who
pops
cares?
it. Which you're
Yeah.
like, we stop
You can
going back
just-
to the ridge. It sucks. Okay, during this, Kevin, who Rowan is in his body or whatever, flies down onto a building. He can like control everyone apparently.
this I don't. Yeah.
Which I wrote, is he a
Yeah,
wizard
why does he all of a sudden
or
like
a
thriller
ghost?
dance them?
He
He makes
Why-
them thriller dance. No, you're exactly on the money.
100%. But you're not a wizard.
Yeah, but why?
You're a ghost. Why, when you come
Well,
back as a
and
ghost,
then
are you super powerful compared
He's
to
got
everyone
like
else?
he's got the National Guard under his
Yeah,
control.
and they're like,
and the
what-
Ghostbusters show up, and he makes the National Guard freeze
I
in a
don't.
dab,
Yeah,
mind you, instead of just shoot the fucking Ghostbusters. Like
but like
all those
none
guns.
of the. Yeah, but none of the other ghosts
like
are like
300
freeze to a whole
soldiers.
What are we doing?
They're not
I
ghosts. They're real people. They have guns.
I don't know.
Get this. Here's a direct quote from a website article from 2012.
Oh God.
If you're one of those people who
Wait,
stays on
2012?
social
That's
media
4
sites,
years before this.
Yeah, what are we
I'm-
doing this?
if you're one of those people who stays on social media sites, I'm sure you may have ran across a photo that shows a young lady getting caught up while sleeping. It reads, "Lol,
this is caught
Bay
up.
caught me
Bay slipping."
slipping. Love him. Good night from us."
I thought I was like, what are you? What are you doing during this?
You
bud?
explained a meme we all already understand.
I thought you were okay.
Thank you.
Ben-
I
for
just
that.
wanted to read that
We
Ben, I'm
article.
appreciate
gonna
your
exit you
contribution.
out of this. I'm gonna mute you right now, bud.
Yeah.
Right?
If you want to
I-
hop off the meeting, go ahead. Get back to
That'd be
whichever,
great.
whatever you're taking care of.
If you can get your shit done and just be done.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you have? Why does your mic sound so weird?
Yeah. Wait.
No, you lost.
Oh, you are muted. Stop muting. God damn
Okay,
it,
I'm back.
Ben.
Sorry about
I
that.
hate you right now.
Love
Yes,
that
we
comment
all
section.
have
Love
seen
it.
this.
Good night from
I
us.
like how that
Good
looked like it
night
was
from
from like
us might be the funnier part.
86. God damn it. Okay, they get to like Times Square, wherever the fuck they are. And there are like samurai ghosts attacking them, and the balloon ghosts, and all this shit. There are ghosts throwing
There's a
axes.
big, tall
which,
circus ghost that doesn't make
what
any
is
sense.
he about?
Yeah, why?
But
What's
also,
that? What
there's
with that
ghosts
guy?
throwing axes and blades, and you're like, can you throw a ghost
blade?
Does that get someone? Yes.
I'd like.
Ben's
I
doing
mean,
a great
I'll tell you what.
impression.
I like the creepy carnival guy,
Oh, he was creeper. Yeah, central.
but it doesn't make any sense.
But all of a sudden, yeah, exactly.
No, this is when
I don't know what we're
we
doing.
paused it because I think we had to put kids to bed, and it was like there's still 30 minutes left, and I was like, of what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's
I don't
30
know what
more
we're doing.
minutes of that, of tall, creepy ghosts,
Yeah.
of thriller
Ben
dances, of
Holtzmann like does like a Matrix style. Let's shoot them out. But first of all, they shoot
Oh, yeah.
out like 15
Hold on.
ghosts.
And
I
there's
got
like
notes.
8 million.
I have notes
There are
on this particular part. Hold on.
Gazillions of ghosts shooting out of that
Okay,
whatever spot. It's kind of like what was the movie where all the ghosts R.I.P.D. Right?
Yeah. Hold on.
When their ghosts are shooting out and they're same thing.
Points for the end battle not being a gray mess like modern hero movies.
True, yeah.
It's
Okay.
very colorful. I'll give him that.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, if Chris Hemsworth can control all the police, why didn't he just make them shoot the Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
I laughed at how absurd Kate McKinnon's hero moment in the end
Matrix.
is.
She like
'Cause
kisses. No, she licks
she-
the guns. She
Oh
does
yeah,
not kiss
she
them.
she sucks them off. If
Yeah.
we're being
Why does
honest.
she lick the gun?
That too. Again.
It'd
we're
be like if
trying
I
to
licked
do-
this microphone right now.
But it's not
She's
even
trying
because
to be
let's
funny,
think about
but
this. It's trying to be a feminist movie, and you're like, why are we then
Is that
licking
it?
the guns? Well, I don't know.
I don't see how
Are
that could.
we?
Use 'em.
I don't see how it could be
What?
possibly trying to be that.
That's what I mean, though. But the whole thing, the bad guy hates women. Is that not
that's a
the,
good-
like right?
I'll agree
I
with
think he
you.
just
I don't-
hates everybody.
So then why are we like licking and like you said, we're essentially like the guns,
Sorry.
okay?
I may have
Let's be
crossed a
serious.
line there.
No, let's be
I
serious.
I don't understand what
What are
this
we
is
doing?
trying to convey. I don't understand.
And if they're
What's the
trying to be
message
funny, they're not going far
you
enough
missed
where it's
that, for
funny
sure.
or like we're I don't know.
I'll be honest. After that, I don't know what happens.
I don't
like whatever you're
either.
about to
That's
say.
where my
I don't
notes
actually
stop.
know what's coming.
Not
don't
much
remember.
happens.
Because she
I'll
does
tell you
like
guys.
It's a
she
lot
does
of
like
time.
So
she's
they
kissing the guns and shooting people and
She's
I
licking,
was
kissing,
over
all
it.
this
The
shit.
ghost gets kicked in the nuts. That's what's still to come.
That
Okay,
was
hold
sure.
on.
Yeah.
So yes. So they defeat like 15 ghosts and they're like, okay. And you're like, there
We
are
did it.
millions around fucking
And the
New
ghosts
York.
fly
So I know what
off
we're
and it's like,
doing.
are they scared or are they
Again, are we killing
Like-
them? Are we hurt? What are we doing?
Yeah,
when we
But
what
the
shoot
thing
them?
is,
I don't know.
the movie visuals convey to the audience that we just spent 10 minutes on these cool slow motion
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah.
And then the movie conveys to us that effort was for nothing.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
The characters in the movie are acting like they've saved the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
nothing.
But to the
No.
audience, we are shown there's a million more ghosts where those came from.
Yeah, it's
So
New York City, they're
it's just
everywhere.
like this weird,
It doesn't
discrepancy.
know what it's trying to say. It doesn't. It's doing moment by moment stuff, right? It's trying to make hero moments. It's
They
trying to.
don't- they're
Um,
just
what's the term
exactly.
for? We talked about it 100 times. Ad-libbing or
improv.
improv. It's improv and it's action moment. It's all these little snippets, but
yeah,
it
but
doesn't
it's
know
not
what
making
it's.
yeah.
It's not a coherent story.
So Slimer and his girlfriend pop back up a little bit. They go into the building, and this is when Rowan, the bad guy, is like, I don't need Kevin anymore, and he goes out of his body, which is like,
Okay.
Why were you in him at all?
I don't.
Not
Did
sure
you ever
why
need to
needed
be
yeah,
in
I
there?
don't know why. They catch Kevin because they're like, Kevin, which I'm like, who cares about
Again,
Kevin?
undeserved.
I don't. Kevin's
Nobody
not
cares.
like, but he's so nice. Like no one
He's
cares.
handsome. Sure.
I wrote lots of jokes about Rowan being ugly and how he sucks. And Kevin's hot.
Really? Man.
So yeah, they're just like how he's not hot and Kevin is hot. And you're like, I feel like
I
we're
get
doing the
it.
opposite
No, I get
of
it
what.
now. That's the thrust of the movie.
Right.
So
That's the
then,
core.
This is
mission
when
statement.
Rowan is like, oh, do you want me to look like this? Do you want me to look like this? Do you want me to look like your logo?
I did think it
And-
was kind of funny when he turned into the actual cartoon
Logo?
graphic of the logo.
I
I just
like
wish it was
that.
the big boob one.
But
And
then
I thought
he gets
then he gets
giant
gross.
and
And
like a physical
I thought
like
if he
Yeah.
had turned into the cartoon version, that
Like
would
a
have been
big
fun.
cartoon?
Like,
that
be
would
a
have been
cartoon.
way
That would've been
funnier.
but
That would have
instead
been cool.
it's very like Ren and Stimpy
But,
if you turn
yeah.
from the cartoon into
Right.
the real and you're like, ugh.
Like
something's
somehow the
wrong.
word scarecrow I'm associating with
Oh,
what
yeah.
it turns into. I
It
don't know
is-
why.
No,
Well,
it is
'cause
very
they're-
Batman scarecrowy like
Is
the
a totally misfired
Yeah.
and miscalculated attempt to be scary, when in reality, just making him a 2D version of the logo would have been way more effective.
yes.
I think so.
Yeah. Then like a gross
Even if
yeah.
everything else was exactly the same,
You
even
could-
the kick to the nuts.
Same thing. Even the
Oh,
roast is
God.
nuts. I don't care. The
But-
2D cartoon
would have been way
cooler.
better than
Yep.
some sort of weird,
Yes.
giant 3D monster.
saggy, like it's
Yeah, he-
You know,
meant
it's
to
like
look like
but it's
cloth.
like it's a
Yes.
burlap bag or something.
Right, it
Yeah.
is very scarecrowy.
Super lame, man.
So he's bopping around the city, smashing buildings, all that shit. They're like, we need to reverse the portal. And they're talking about energy, and they're like, well,
this is
the
where it's
car's
just-
like a nuclear bomb and all this shit.
Why is there a nuclear bomb on the car?
Because they have I don't know.
Exactly.
Anyway.
They never say what's up there, what
No.
it's.
Because we
They
need
never
it for
are
the
like,
end
So-
of the movie.
Yeah. 'cause they
But
need
she's
it
never
then.
like, oh, I designed this thing, but it's not ready to be used yet. So be really careful. I have it on the car right now.
Right.
That
It
never
also
happens.
doesn't make sense
It
that she's
doesn't-
like, don't shoot that.
It
the
did
top of the car. Like, why would
only
you make that?
the only setup they do is that before that she's like, be careful with the car. There's like a nuclear bomb on top of it, and then at the end they're like, man, I really wish we had a nuclear bomb. It's like, God,
Okay.
well, what? But
Doesn't
Yeah.
connect to the pack. Doesn't connect to the traps. Doesn't.
It's
yeah.
not. Yeah, it's not like earlier.
not a
She's like, "Hey
power
guys, you
source.
got to be careful because I don't quite know how to like nothing. There's no."
this movie's
So anyway, they're like,
bad.
"Let's get the car to go in." Slimer and his girlfriend go into a hole they make. I don't know, whatever.
Whatever.
The hole starts sucking in all the ghosts around the city. He's so strong. They're like, we gotta shoot him to loosen his grip on the buildings because he's not getting sucked in the hole. And that's when they shoot him in the crotch. And they're like, is that where you
Classic.
meant to shoot him? And like,
and they're like,
again.
yep.
I think it's funny
okay.
that they all said yes. I don't necessarily think it's funny that they shot him in the groin, but the agreements that they were all on the same page is
But wouldn't
funny
it be
to me for some
funnier
reason.
if they shot them different ways and someone was like, no, not like, I don't know. Or just
I don't
some-
know.
I
Maybe
don't- Just
again,
maybe if they
you've
didn't
gotta-
already make 18 like crotch jokes, it would
you've
have
got,
been funny.
but you've got to set up. You have to establish setup and payoff. If somebody had kicked Rowan in the nuts,
right? That's what I mean.
Hour
I just
ago.
need something. I need something. You
Right.
can't just
Right.
like straight up.
Or-
I don't know.
hell, even if he fell on a pole and got dinged, and they're like, nice, and they're like you can't. I don't know.
Every
The-
joke just seemed like a 10-year-old joke,
The-
and you're like,
here's the thing. Here's the insane equivalent, because we're really
Okay.
going down on the rabbit hole here.
we are, yeah.
The equivalent is in our version of the movie where the big busty ghost logo is. two
I still love
Ghostbusters
it.
each shoot the breasts.
Yeah, I see that.
It's not funny.
No, but you
No,
know
you're right.
that
That's
needs
not
to
funny
happen.
either.
But you know it needs to happen.
Well, it depends on the setup, right?
Yes. What if that, like, legit, that is
That's a
walking
scary
around town?
monster
Not,
right
but
there.
not like a weird 3D
With that
human
weird
like
clip
like
art,
it
like,
legit
face.
looks like that.
And the
walking
eyes sort
around.
of like they sort of go like vertical at certain points.
Yeah, it's very like Blue's
She turns
Cluesy.
and it goes. "Hmm?"
Exactly. I don't want it 3D. I don't want it realistic. I don't want it to look like it's skin. I want it to look like that is smashing.
It's
the
supposed to
Or
look
the
like
fact-
a logo.
And this is what
Yes.
begins to undermine the villain is the fact that he tried to take over Kevin's body because it was like hot and muscular,
Yes.
but Kevin's dumb mind, which has
Is
been
this.
well established,
Exactly.
begins to interrupt and interact with the villain's plans. So when he tries to summon
I
a
don't
giant
think-
ghost,
I don't
it's
think
this
it's
big
that
weird
thought
big
out.
boobed monster.
Oh, so this is the proposal for the reboot of the 2016.
Yes, it's for the
Busters.
reboot.
For the reboot. No, that's for the
Yes.
reboot is that Kevin's mind
That was his flaw in the plan of
begins
taking over
to
Kevin.
mess
This
with the
is what-
villain.
yes.
Right?
yes.
So
No,
this is why we have
this is
portrayed him to be so
perfect.
stupid over the whole
Yes.
movie. Is that so
Right.
when he gets taken over, that is the villain's biggest mistake.
Right, he
Right.
thinks
And
Kevin
Rowan
looks
thinks-
strong, Kevin looks
right.
good, but his mind is weak, and this is the
Right.
shit he creates
Rowan
when it comes to a bad
thinks
guy.
Kevin has what Rowan wants.
What he wants.
Right.
Yes.
So he takes over Kevin, and he manifests as man of breasts.
Right.
Was that a reach?
And yeah, every
that-
No, it's not.
perfect. And so everything when he tries to turn into a big scary
Yes,
ghost monster,
it's
he
this.
turns into a big boobed cartoon.
Like a
But
big-
I would also love if it's like
Hold on.
2D-ish, right? It's not
Yes.
like a 3D person thing. It is this.
All
and
right,
the boobs
if
are,
I'm
like, hitting
part of
buildings
this
and
project,
shit.
and we're funding this.
Okay.
I have a demand.
Also, like
What-
how do we do like a copyright right now? Like, do we say it? Ken, you're the
It's all
legal
common
team.
law copyright. You
Okay,
cannot-
okay, thank
yeah.
you. You're our legal
So-
team on this.
When he manifests as the big boob logo, he immediately falls because of the weight of the breasts.
Wouldn't that be so funny though? Like he thinks he's gonna get like
Right.
a monster.
He does the whole like
Ah, he's
Aladdin
doing the whole
genie
thing.
Jafar as the
and
genie.
it's
Yeah.
like the 2D
And
logo and it
Ooh.
falls immediately. And when it gets up, the boobs are like knocking down shit and it's like having a hard time.
Right? It's like tripping over
Wouldn't
itself.
that be so? Where he's like,
Oh,
fuck
man.
it, fuck
And so we
Kevin.
tie
That's
back
why
in.
he leaves Kevin though and gets the
Kevin
fuck
was
out
the
of
hero
there.
all along, right? And we tie
Right.
all the way
Yes.
back to hiring
Right.
him was the best decision
damn
they
it.
ever
Like,
made
he's not
because
the
that's
hero.
what saves the day.
He's
Oh
just
my
dumb
God.
as rocks.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
That is the.
But his stupidity
Yes,
is what
Kevin
undermines.
saves the day because he was so essentially innocent because he honestly
Sure.
was like
yeah.
women and he just did big, but like that's it. He's so
Yeah.
innocent and dumb, and so he saves the day. Oh my God, you guys! I think we just
I
made a
mean,
masterpiece.
we wrote an absolutely gangbusters reboot.
and it's just called Buster.
It's just called Busters.
And the only thing that changes is this ending.
And the logo.
It's called Buster.
Right. The only other scene that changes earlier in the movie is when the guy is spray painting the logo and it zooms
Wait,
around.
no, I want to change another
No,
one.
I
wanna
want-
cha-
okay.
He
It's
goes
this.
through the logos. He does this, right? And then he tries to be sort of sensitive to female anatomy. And so the
Yeah.
red stripe goes under one breast and over the other.
Like a
That-
seatbelt.
Right?
I was gonna say like a seatbelt.
And then maybe he tries to pitch it as sexier, and it goes under
He's like,
both
well,
breasts. And they're like,
like it's
way
it's like
up.
lifting. It's lifting at that point. He's got like a push-up bra with the
He's
red
got-
line.
he's got all
and they're like,
sorts
well, maybe not. And he goes back
Did
to
it.
the
And
ridge.
the
It goes
seatbelt
back
is
to the
probably
original.
the most realistic, but we can't convey that.
I would love if it's his a ridge. It's the push-up and it's the seat belt. And they're like, well, you know what? Number one's the best.
Well,
Number one's
and
the best.
I like that because we never do
so
the
mad.
the really stupid logos like a 7-Eleven logo and the hot dog over the
He's not
house.
he's not
Just
that
wasting
dumb.
our time. Instead, he's actually very
He's
good at
trying.
graphic design, but he's an idiot. When he's like, okay, let me
Yes.
try something else, and he comes back with these like very well manipulated versions.
Yes, exactly. You can be an idiot without being like, I don't understand 7-Eleven's a thing. He's not that
He's like
dumb.
socially dumb, not
Well,
stupid.
and
Yes,
you and you
exactly.
can make him sort of like tastefully dumb, where like, I thought it was kind of crude that she doesn't have any clothes on, so I put her in like,
Put a
I don't know, you name it, right? Lingerie,
Right, there's a
or like
throwback
tank
joke.
top.
Yes.
She's got a tank top on where they're like
But
really
I'm-
weird
yes.
under the
Right.
seatbelt.
I picture it's like a spaghetti strap where you're like, well, that's creepier at that.
At
It's like
one
a
point, she's dressed
lingerie.
like the Statue of Liberty as a Ghostbusters 2 throwback, and you're like,
Sure.
Yes.
right?
God damn it. I'm
Yeah.
so mad right now.
It's so
I'm, like,
easy to write these
honestly
stupid
mad.
ass movies.
Yeah, why am I
I
not
don't understand.
getting paid for this? Okay. He's a logo. Realistic. He's not the logo. Their logo, not our logo.
Does he Jumanji when he gets sucked
becomes
into
real.
the portal where his
They-
head?
Okay, but hold on. They shoot him in the crotch so they can let's go buildings. He goes
Yeah,
in the
whatever.
portal. Here's the thing
Movie's
that's annoying.
over.
Oh, I forgot
As he's
about
going
this
in the
part.
portal, he grabs Abby. Okay.
Oh, this is dumb.
And they're
this
so
is
stupid.
so dumb.
stupid.
No.
Erin hooks herself onto like a tow truck rope, I guess.
That is infinite length.
And it's like, I'm going in, bitch. Whew, this is like another portal realm. Right?
What is that place that they go to?
I don't know. The dead zone.
But it does. It has no.
She-
It's like it's just a sea. It's like a sea of energy.
It doesn't make sense. She goes in being tow trucked.
Wouldn't it be cool if something really crazy was revealed by
Again,
diving through the portal?
Nothing. There's no sneak
Like
peeks
another
to
world was on the
nothing.
other side of that. World of ghosts is actually like the upside down or something.
Right. You would think. She gets Abby in the end, like fights, lets his name off a little bit, gets him, pulls him back after her rope is honestly 80 miles long. Imagine you're going into like it's forever. Her tow rope never stops. They pull them out. Okay, so when the portal's closing, the world's going back together. And by that, I mean, like, buildings are remaking themselves. I guess people don't die even though buildings
Yeah,
crash.
I don't understand how the portal going away rewinds
So the portal
time.
going back is buildings are making themselves,
It's
sidewalks are
stupid. There's
restructuring,
no
all this
explanation.
stupid shit.
Right, there
Makes
has to be no
sense.
consequences.
She gets Abby, which also makes no sense. They pull them out of the ground because like the portal closes.
They don't show it. They
whatever.
They
can't.
deliberately do not show
Don't show it.
the portal.
Well,
But-
it's the same way when Erin is like they took the car and all the gear, and then Erin shows up later, fully dressed in an outfit with a proton pack.
Yeah, that's true.
How'd that happen?
And you're like, how'd you get here?
How did
What'd
that happen?
I don't know.
Doesn't
She's
matter.
just
When they come out of the portal, though, when they pull them out of the, like, I don't know, fixed sidewalk, it makes no sense. Erin and Abby have, like, white hair wigs, like Einstein wigs on. I'm not
Which-
quite sure.
why?
when they first came out and you're sort of viewing it from afar,
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that's sort of a fun concept, right? They went into the realm
Right,
of the
but-
dead. Sure, whatever.
But
But then we see them up close. It's a very, very bad wig.
oh, it's a
on both
horrible
women.
wig. Ben,
And it's
can you
like-
get on that?
It's like
Oh,
bleached white. It's
it's
I have to get rid of my big boob
It's goofy.
Ghostbusters search.
Ben.
no, you don't have
Get put that aside for a second, man.
to. You can save that.
And Kevin, okay, when they get out, Kevin is just eating like a Subway sandwich. He's like, I don't know what's
this
going
was-
on.
I don't know.
He's so
This
dumb.
is more that like
Again,
why can I
It's
not
so
remember
dumb.
this word?
improv.
Ad-lib. Improv. Thank you. I keep saying ad lib. They just
It's
just
the
let
same thing in this movie.
it's the same thing. They let Chris Hemsworth just improv and like somebody's throwing him shit from off screen.
But it was like someone's like Subway
it's
sandwich.
not
Here's
funny.
this. Here's
but it's not
no.
funny. Why is that stuff there?
And they're like, you had time to get a sandwich.
Oh, you're so
And
sexy.
I don't.
But
Again, what are we doing? I don't. Anyway, at the end, they're at a bar. Holtzmann, is that her name? Makes like some weird speech. I don't know. Cecily Strong shows up and
Oh,
she's like, the
no, the
mayor
weird
wants
speech.
you. Yeah,
Sorry.
go for it.
the weird
It's
speech
weird. It's weird.
is definitely a callback to a scene that they cut about
Oh,
her
okay.
being bad about speeches. Right?
Okay, because I was like, I don't know why we're doing
I was
this.
watching this and I'm like,
So weird.
what the hell is this? It's a callback.
Yeah.
That's her good speech, air quotes. It's a
Well, why
callback
keep it
to a
in then?
bad scene where she fumbles through a speech. It definitely got cut. I'm certain of it. Doesn't
That
make
would
any
make
sense.
because at the time she's like, bah, 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 and they're all like, well, that was wild. But you're like,
There's no setup for her
don't know
being
what we're
bad at
doing.
speeches or awkward or
it would
Yep.
make sense if that was her good speech compared to a bit. Okay.
right. That's what that was.
Cecily Strong, aka the mayor's office, comes in. They're like, "We want to fund you. What do you want?" And they get the firehouse, which is like the old place.
Whatever.
Patty's uncle comes and he's like, "Where's my car?" And it is
Yeah, what's his name?
Zedmore is from the first one, or is that his name?
No.
It's the actor from the first Ghostbusters. Anyway.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
It sucks. And then after, which I wrote Weaver in the vid, which confuses shit out of me. Sigourney Weaver is in a video in the credits, but like
What?
way after you watch the credits a little
I
bit,
did
she's like
not
doing something with one of
stick
them
around
and
for
shit.
the credits.
Yeah, exactly.
So unbelievably,
what is
this is not
this?
the first time in the Ghostbusters universe that somebody returned from the ghost realm with white hair. If you want to see the
I like
video,
that as a concept. I like that they
right
have to
here.
dive in
Okay,
sometimes.
can you find their wigs though? Their wigs were like if I went to
It's really
Halloween
bad.
101.
It's really bad.
I'm struggling. I'm
Yeah.
struggling to find
How are
it.
you?
I'm trying.
It's like Halloween 101 store, and you're like white wig, and you put
Well,
it on them.
Like white hair is not white, right?
Yeah, like
It
it's-
has complexity to it and depth and richness and colors and all these sorts of things. They come out of the realm with like paper white hair. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like it's like Bigfoot, like it's like Abominable Snowman, like white, like it's his. It's
whiter.
it's insane.
And
they're like, what is this? Like the whole. I think we all know that we could have made this movie a lot better.
I
right
mean,
now.
we've
Ben,
we've actually changed very few things.
I'm trying to.
And we made
It's
a
so much
way
better.
better movie.
That is not the wig I'm looking for.
I forgot this
Son
was a
of a
part of
bitch.
it.
Which also they're like, Holtzmann, you can't do that.
I hate that that's a still from this movie.
Anybody,
I hate that.
for everybody who has stuck through this long haul, we appreciate you
I'm
very
sorry.
much.
Hold on, I'm looking really quick.
This movie has done nothing but encourage us to go off the
Create.
rails
Be
and
directors?
create.
Ghostbusters
Like-
2026. It's
Right.
called Busters. And
I can't even
Can
complain.
we get a petition to do Busters?
we're gonna
Right, I
pitch
can't-
a reboot of this
Man,
movie.
Ben, you showing me that cartoon, like I definitely watched that. Like as soon as you showed me that, I was like, I've seen these guys. I have watched that.
I
100%.
I can't complain about having to be forced to both watch this movie and then talk about it because it has ignited a creativity in all three of us that we've created a better version of this
just
movie.
like,
And this isn't the first time we've done
This
it.
isn't just like the last legit Spider-Man with Tom Holland. I'm telling you, I still have the best ending, and they didn't do it, and I'm so angry. So
Have
when
we
they
talked
had
about this?
Spoilers
well,
for Spider-Man.
give me a break. The one
Whatever
where they had all,
movie from
all the
5
Spider-Mans
years
in
ago.
it.
Yeah.
So
Spider-Man
when they had
3.
all the bad guys from multiple movies come
Sure.
back, why did they not end it? So Tom Holland Spider-Man had his like memory wiped, blah blah blah.
Come on. Yeah.
I got that impression.
It was all the dead.
But okay,
Remember,
they
all
had,
the
like,
dead villains
dead
came
villains
back,
come back.
alive.
Okay, so who died in the Andrew Garfield one? His girlfriend
Emma Stone.
Gwen,
yeah.
right? Yeah, Emma
Yeah,
Stone.
Gwen Stacy.
So why not at the end when Tom Holland's in his little apartment?
That's right,
street,
we
Villains
he's
did
were
like,
talk
brought
about
back
this.
to life.
why not do
Yep.
a knock,
Gwen's-
knock, knock?
Yes.
He goes
Have
to answer the
to
door
show
and
up.
she's like, hey, I'm looking for Peter Parker. But she doesn't understand because her Peter Parker looks different, obviously.
Oh, that would be
She
great.
goes, I'm looking for Peter Parker. And he's like, huh? And it just shows her for a split second. She is back, but she's stuck in the wrong realm. And then it goes black. We
Sure.
can start the movie.
Perfect.
Right?
Why are we not doing
it's
that?
It's Emma Stacy at the door.
Exactly.
Emma
Oh,
Stacy.
and she's like, "Hi, I'm
Gwen
'cause
Stacy, Emma
Gwen
Stone.
Stacy, Emma Stone. It's
There you go.
it's Emma Stone playing. It's Emma Stone, Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Why is
She
it
knocks on the
not-
door.
Yep.
I'm looking for Peter
Should've been
Parker,
there.
but it's Tom Holland standing there, and
Right,
he's like,
she
Should've
thinks
been
it's
there.
her Peter Parker.
And it-
Oh, that would be
Instead,
so
it's a
cool.
different one because she is in the wrong realm. But that's
See,
a way to bring her back, and then Peter Parker can get her back to her realm, and we got the whole fucking world going.
You guys don't understand. I'm about to go Super Saiyan. This shit is so simple. I don't
Wouldn't that have
understand
been
how
so
they
good
drop
to
the
start up a
ball so hard.
whole nother
Well,
thing.
"We could."
And you don't have to deliver that movie. You can just leave it as a cliffhanger.
right.
You
don't-
yes,
Like
but like
And
the fact
everyone
that they're
would
just
go,
like,
the multiverse
right, can
shit
you
has
imagine-
been so pointlessly
can you
messy
fucking imagine
and
it's knock knock
uncoordinated.
knock, and she's
Yeah.
like, I'm looking for Peter Parker, and goes black after seeing her. People
Which
would
I love
fucking
because
lose their minds.
It's sort of a tragic ending in that movie
I'm
where
gonna
he,
copyright this right now if anyone sees this.
yeah. Well, you don't own those characters.
Ken is like, shut the fuck up. You're
MJ. His girlfriend's named Michael Jackson, and
I call some money if I.
it's Parker Peter.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand how this.
But
some of
like,
these
it
movies
could have been
get made.
so easy.
That would have been
to be
really
like,
cool.
hey, let's rebuild this universe, or let's like,
Well, and they haven't done
on.
anything with it either way,
Well,
right? Like,
right?
We have spent years tiptoeing around Rise of Skywalker. But we
Oh,
have had the
God.
same conversations about that movie.
Joe, I want you to rewrite all movies.
Like, why
Can
why
we be
set
hired
up
to do this?
that Ray
love
can force lightning and then not have her
Oh my God.
fall back on force lightning when she's losing to Kylo Ren? Right?
Have
In her
her-
moment of desperation, she lightnings him. She's the bad guy. Now Ben Solo has to save the day.
Or-
Like, that's a
Same
much better
again.
movie.
same scene. If you're gonna have her kill, air quotes, kill Chewbacca,
Yeah.
let her spiral from that. Don't
Yes.
show Chewbacca 5 minutes later. to
She
her.
never
like,
finds
2
out
seconds
that
later,
she
he's like,
didn't kill him
like-
until after she has already like way down the dark side
Yeah. Right.
path and
Done
is
damage.
lightning.
Exactly.
She's force lightning Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, and then suddenly like
You gotta
Chewie
have-
shows up.
Exactly. She should be like down the dark path. I'm destroying everything because I hate my life. And then she realizes, wait, I didn't do what I thought I did.
Ray is so underdeveloped.
Oh,
It's
it's a
criminal.
hot mess. Yeah.
All right, well, hold on. I know I started this conversation, but I'm going to stop it because
dare
there
you.
needs to be a D-list Rise of Skywalker.
Oh,
we don't
I
even
want
have to
her.
step by step the movie. I just want to I want us to all watch it again,
It's
and then I
just
want us
a
to get on
talk.
here and bitch
tell you
about
what.
it.
Yeah.
I'll tell
we
you-
can
no,
talk.
no,
we
no,
cannot
I'll tell you what.
rewatch it,
I'll tell you
though.
what.
Or I mean, we can't re-talk about it.
I'm going to
if that makes
request
sense.
this. I think
Yeah.
we have to delist it in order to keep it on rails.
Okay,
but I call not
Because-
doing it.
I'll do it.
Okay, Ben, you do it.
You want to do it, Ken?
Ken,
I
do you
don't know
want
if
to do it?
I don't know if anybody, but I don't want
I
to
don't want to be the
rewatch it.
person well, we have
You
to
have to.
I don't want to. It
just-
sucks.
Okay,
It
we will
sucks.
rewatch it. Ben will tell it. We will just complain. How about that? Does that work?
We'll figure it
does
off
suck. Of
off
course it
screen
sucks.
because
We've-
there's a lot of energy coming from 7 and 8 going into it that needs.
Guess we got to watch the whole
Proper-
damn trilogy.
Oh man, are we gonna?
We're
I don't
in
wanna do
all.
that.
All
the
right,
way.
and that's
This
it.
is
Thank
gonna
you,
make me
everyone,
sad.
for tuning in to another spectacular D-list movie
need
review.
to
This has
make
been
some t-shirts.
Ghostbusters 2016,
The
an absolute disaster.
Busters.
Look
I
forward
want-
to Busters in
Can we get the
2025.
the
Do you want the logo
and it
under,
says
though?
Busters.
Emily, can
I
you
want-
please manipulate,
Hold on, I'm sorry.
make a
I want
Busters
this-
logo?
I,
Really
I
quick,
want
though.
the seatbelt. Where
But
it's
not
sort
only the
of-
seatbelt, But can I have where her breasts, it's like drawn on the t-shirt perfectly, and then it's like the eyes and the, you know what I mean?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Did I?
It's a t-shirt of the ghost, but the breasts are drawn where your breast would be.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
Would that work?
I don't know if that worked because they're like
I guess
crazy.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, because the emphasis on, I think in my world, the Busters logo is the breasts are realistic sized anyway.
Okay.
So maybe I'm mistaken.
We'll see.
I don't
We'll work
know.
on this. We'll work on this.
Well, until next time, this has been a spectacular evening with you all. Thank you very much, and thanks for everybody who tuned in live, and we will catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.